Baylor really hit K-State with a 25-11 run to end the half, and they've kind of just kept it here that way in the second period. Here's Jones with it on the drive, misses off the glass but fouled by Roach, and that will be his second and Baylor foul number 7. To the line when we come back. Our score 66-51 Bears with 3:37 to go. Back in a moment on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
Some things are better together, like burgers and fries, movies and popcorn, and auto and home insurance. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we'll help you bundle your auto and home coverage in one policy, saving you money. And if a storm hits and both are damaged, you'll pay a single deductible. Find an agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They are all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hello, Kansas. Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right. The Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
The construction industry in Northeast Kansas is booming. Great opportunities are available to join the thriving industry with the apprentice program of Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. If you have mechanical skills, a good work ethic, and are ready to learn, this could be the career opportunity you've been looking for. We earn a comfortable living with pensions and health care benefits. Applications can be downloaded at sheetmetal2jatc.org or Google us at Sheet Metal Local Number 2.
To 51 in this second round game at the Big 12 postseason tournament. I'm Wyatt Thompson with Stan Weber. Family, trust, and integrity, all the cornerstones of American agriculture. At Oldie Seed, we build our company on those same principles this season. Partner with Oldie Seed for simple seed solutions. And Stormont Vale Health, a proud partner of K-State Athletics, supports Wildcat Nation with high-quality integrated health care. Visit the new Manhattan campus at the top of the hill and stay on top of your health. In the second half, Kansas State has gone 11 of 21 from the field, while Baylor has gone 10 of 26. Max Jones will be at the line as we continue here. Stan, we were just talking off air. The paint points tonight are 40 to 32 Baylor, so a lot of baskets around the rim. And the bench points, Baylor's just been dominant with Roach and company, 27 to 4. Max's free throw is perfect. That gives him 9, so he's got a chance for another double-digit game.
Baylor's 20 of 38 inside the arc.
Wow.
And they've taken a ton of shots right at the basket.
There's another for Max. He's got his double-digit effort. K-State 11 of 13 at the stripe. They make it 66-53. 3.5 to go. Here's Celestine. He's quickly doubled. Doug McDaniel tried to take it away from him, and the ball is out of bounds.
They must have said that Doug McDaniel was stepping out of bounds when he created a jump ball situation.
Yeah. You just heard, or we heard, Chance Moore say the ball was out of bounds. No foul on Doug, and he gets up limping just a little bit and working on his left heel, or maybe just a little higher than that.
You'd love to get a turnover, but Baylor's only turned it over 4 times. We said before the game it's unlikely they're going to turn it over much. They only turned it over 4 times the last time these two teams played.
Edgecombe with the ball. Bounces it left side to Celestine. Baylor wearing the white, working in the left front court with 3:15 to go. Shot clock is at 9. And here's Edgecombe into the left corner to Celestine. He'll fire a long jumper. That went off the mark. O'Meara with another rebound, and Baylor will run more clock as we hit the 3-minute mark. We're at 3 minutes to play right now.
K-State has not rebounded well out of the zone.
Yeah.
And they haven't played a ton of it this year, but especially with a guy like O'Meara, the leading rebounder in a conference around, he gets the rebound.
Roach to Nunn. Both of those guys were starters when we saw this team in Waco earlier, and here's one that they tried to bank in from the right from Jeremy Roach, but it did not hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation. K-State will get the ball back with 2:45 to go, down 66-53.
You're going to need some threes now, Wyatt. It's okay to get a quick hitter. It's okay to get David Gasson the ball down low. But Hassan into the game is going to have to hit some.
No doubt. And he is in there and ready to fire. Here's Coleman Hawkins to Doug McDaniel left side. Into the corner. Max Jones a triple. That one off the mark, and Edgecombe rebounds with 2:35 to go.
If K-State starts fouling, they will not put Baylor to the line for 4 more fouls.
That's 7th rebound for Edgecombe, 2, by the way, to go along with the night that Norchad O'Meara's had. He's got 14 rebounds and 12 points. He had 13 and 16 against Houston.
And they led in the second half against Houston.
Yeah, here's the drive. Edgecombe, and he'll lay it in with the left hand as it rolls around about 3 times. That is 17 now for Edgecombe, 68-53. Bears, 2 minutes to play. Hawkins, right side 3. Yes, for Coleman Hawkins. That will be points 3, 4, and 5 for him. K-State's 3rd 3-ball and a Wildcat timeout at 68-56.
Yeah, you wish there were 4:57 left instead of 1:57, because then you can start dreaming of possibilities. So now what does K-State do? Baylor's really good with the basketball. You probably are not going to get a turnover. They have enough of a plan and good guys handling the basketball. So what do? Start fouling? Well, you got to foul 4 more times before they have to shoot 1 and 1. You can't let them use all 30 seconds. Even if they roll the ball out of bounds and use 30 seconds a couple of times, you're in deep, deep trouble.
Wildcats for the game shooting 40%, Baylor 46%. The Bears have made 7 more baskets than K-State, 4 more threes.
I would just go for the steal by being physical. Just see if the Big 12 official will let you just go grab the ball from a guy. You just kind of halfway run over him and just go get the ball, and they call a foul. You say, fine. We'll do that a few more times. But you've got to create turnovers and hit some threes.
Moby Ike Garuka is back in for the Wildcats, and he'll pressure the inbounds that will come from Shade Nunn.
He'll try to tip it.
Here's the inbounds. Roach with it. K-State fouled him. It was a late whistle, but it'll go against Max Jones, his second. That's 4 against the Cats, so a ways to go yet.
It's on a sideline, and Jerome Tang's like, okay, we got a better chance of creating havoc and getting a steal when it's on the sideline inbounds. Backcourt.
Cats trail by 12. $1:54 left in this one. Roach to play it. Looking for Edgecombe. He's not there, but he gets it into Celestine, and into the front court he goes, and a David Gasson foul, his second. Team foul number 5. So
K-State's doing what they need to, fouling, but I would just adjust slightly. Go for the steal. Don't just go over and bump the guy. Kind of politely, I would go just dig the ball out and say, hey, maybe they don't call a foul.
Yep.
5 team fouls now.
There's the inbounds to Edgecombe, and he is pushed barely, but a foul called against Max, his 3rd, and that's number 6 on K-State.
That was a good play. Caused a little havoc. Maybe he would have dropped the ball. Next one would put Baylor in a 1-on-1 situation.
Bears to play it. Here it comes to O'Meara, fouled immediately by Coleman Hawkins. And that will be his 4th and team foul number 7. So finally Baylor will get to the free throw line with 1:50 to go.
O'Meara will go to the free throw line as a 75% free throw shooter, which is almost exactly on the Baylor average of 74%.
Yeah. Ike Garuka out. Offense in with Hassan. Doug McDaniel over to visit with head coach Jerome Tang. K-State trying to battle back. Uphill climb certainly with 12 down with 1:50 to go. And a miss here by Norchad O'Meara. Baylor at the line, 5 of 8. Cats with it. Wearing the lavender, right front court. Here's Hawkins. Coleman with the ball. To the foul line to Gasson. David left of the line now. A 3-pointer for Brendan Hassan. It won't go. And Edgecombe with another rebound.
Do you foul again?
Well, we'll see here momentarily. They haven't yet. Edge come into the front court, and Max Jones will foul here. That'll be his fourth and number 8 on the Wildcats. 1:22 to go. UCF and Kansas await the 2 games tomorrow in the afternoon session. Iowa State and BYU, followed by Colorado and Houston. The winner of this game tomorrow night at 6 against Tech. The winner of UCF Kansas tomorrow night at 8:30 against third seed Arizona. Edgecombe's free throw is good, and he now has 18 points in the game, and he's 3 of 4 at the line.
Colorado has won 3 in a row, including a season finale at home against Baylor. But how tired will they be when they play Houston tomorrow?
Oh, boy.
3 straight days.
But you know what? They're playing with house money now, as they say in Vegas.
Sure. But they're playing Houston next.
I get it, but they've already won 2 that nobody thought they would win.
Maybe Houston's worn out because practice is probably harder than the games. Because there's no
now, there's a good bet.
No foul calls in practice.
70-56 is our score. K-State trailing with 1:15 to go. Hawkins to Doug McDaniel. Doug has it left wing, fires up a 3. That one off the front rim. Gasson runs down the ball after tipping it. Good play by him. Back to the left it goes, into the corner. Hawkins a 3. That one's short. Gasson saves it. K-State skips it to the right. Hawson a 3 ball. That one no good. That front rim, and we've got a whistle and a stoppage of play here.
He was past everyone along the baseline, all the photographers. He had flown further than that, and they said, hey, we need to let him get back in the game.
Yeah, he was.
How about that offensive rebounding right there? And those were accurate passes that he threw for K-State to shoot 3-pointers, but just continued to not go in for K-State from behind the arc.
Wildcats 3 of 24. We mentioned last night the 2 games prior to last night, K-State had really struggled from 3. Well, they've gone back to that mode here. 50 seconds to go. Baylor leads it by 14. Celestine just dribbles it. K-State's going to let them kind of play it out here, I think. Their shot clock now at 14. Baylor fans on their feet back behind the bench on the far side. They don't have a ton of fans here, but the ones that are here have been, pretty joyous here in this second half.
It's a big win for them because it's their 19th win, and they want to keep that 20-plus win streak going.
Yeah.
And they get the job done tonight. They'll just take a delay, a shot clock violation without even shooting.
So K-State will push it. Max Jones a 3. That one no good. Edgecombe the rebound with 20 seconds to go. And now K-State will back it off. 15 seconds to go. Edgecombe into the front court. And he hopped into the front court, which drew a little grin there from official Chance Moore. Everybody hugging and shaking hands now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. There's your horn. Baylor wins it 70-56. The Wildcats 1 win in this tournament. It came last night against Arizona State and short tonight as Baylor wins it, and they'll move into the quarters tomorrow against Texas Tech. Again, 70-56 Baylor our final. Back in a moment on the K-State Sports Network from Learfield with Postgame.
Because the challenges you face are getting bigger every year, BASF is committed to helping with more than boots on the ground. We're committed to boots in the mud, boots on the steps of your truck, your tractor, your combine, the linoleum tiles of your coffee shop, the concrete of your co-op, the gravel in your shed. So we can listen, learn firsthand, help right now to ensure success. BASF, helping you do the biggest job on earth.
K-State doesn't just show up with 5 guys and a coach to play basketball. They have support from travel planners to trainers to assistant coaches and everyone in between to make it a successful season. That's just like Kansas Land Tire in your vehicle. You can get tires off the internet or at the box store, but when it comes to alignment, balancing, brakes, any mechanical component of your outfit, Kansas Land Tire is on your team. They can do it all. Find the store nearest you online at kansaslandtire.com.
With 23 convenient locations, visit thetirestore.com to find a Kansas Land Tire nearest you.
K-Staters, make sure everyone knows you're a proud member of the Wildcat family with a K-State license plate on the back of your vehicle. These special plates will let everyone know you're proud to be a Wildcat. With more than 15,000 K-State plates on the road today, the Alumni Association license plate program has raised more than $7 million for scholarships and student recognition programs. K-State plates are currently available in Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and Maryland. For more details, visit the association website at k-state.com.
As a coach, toughness is a trait I'm always looking for in players. But what does it mean to be tough? It means having the ability to do the right thing. Whether you're playing a game or watching it, do the right thing and take care of yourself. Take charge of your health. Stormont Vale offers a suite of men's health screening. Stay on top of your game, stay up to date on your health, and we'll see you at the top of the hill at Stormont Vale Health Manhattan campus. Learn more at stormontvale.org.
Success on game day starts with knowing your opponent. And when it comes to investing, you need to have a game plan too. Here are some stats you need to know. 1 out of every 10 people fall victim to investment fraud. And consumers lose about $50 billion annually to consumer financial fraud. The Kansas Insurance Department is here to help with a new website at smartinvestks.com. Have a game plan before you invest. Educate yourself on how to avoid scams at smartinvestks.com.
On the K-State Sports Network from Learfield, Wildcat Basketball has been brought to you by Kansas Strong. Strength through reliable oil and natural gas. Get the facts at kansasstrong.com. And by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Welcome to the Lewis Auto Group postgame show. Lewis Auto Group. Shop local, support local, give back local.
Back at the T-Mobile Center in downtown Kansas City. Wildcats falling to the Baylor Bears here in the second round, 70-56. Welcome to the Lewis Auto Group postgame show. Buy local, support local, give back local, Lewis Automotive. We remind you, too, to keep that Wildcat spirit alive by joining the K-State Alumni Association. Give back, get amazing member benefits. Stay connected. Become a member today. For details, visit k-state.com. Wildcats, as we've said a few times on the broadcast tonight, led at that first media timeout in the first half 8-6. But then Baylor got going. At the second media timeout, it was 16-13 Bears. But then Baylor closed the half on a 25-11 run, and they led at the break 41-24, and they win it here tonight 70-56. Leading scorers, first for Baylor, VJ Edgecombe had 19, 18 points for Jaden Nunn, and Norchad Omier had 12 points and 14 rebounds, his 8th straight double-double. 3 Wildcats in double figures. David Gasson had 20. He was 8 of 9, also 10 rebounds. So he was terrific tonight again. In 37 minutes, 20 points, 10 boards, and goes 8 of 9 and 4 for 5 at the foul line. Doug McDaniel with 14 and Max Jones with 10. With that, let's name our offensive player of the game, presented by Farm Bureau Financial Services. For more than 85 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has built relationships first and plans second. We get to know you so we know exactly what you need. It's your future. Let's protect it. Contact Farm Bureau agents Jacob Yoder in Marion, Brian Filniger in Emporia and Cottonwood Falls, Michael Garman in Andover, Tim Van Dong in Salina, Luke Bauer in McPherson, and Matt Pickrell in Minneapolis. Dan, who do you like for our offensive player of the game tonight?
David Gasson gets his 7th double-double of the year, Wyatt, and he has his 6th game of 20 points or more as he is 8 of 9 from the field. Baylor kept the ball from him the best they could, but he did an amazing job to get 20 points and 10 rebounds on a day where not much went right for K-State. David Gasson played his normally very strong game.
Yeah, he sure did. K-State, however, falls 70-56. The other winners earlier today were Iowa State, Colorado, and now Baylor. And the Bears will advance. UCF and Kansas will finish it off. They'll get started in a little less than 30 minutes. More postgame when we come back in just a moment. This is the K-State Sports Network from Learfield.
Just like Coach Tang and his coaching staff place their best players in the right positions for success, so does the Brush Group with their multifaceted marketing team of Sun Graphics, Don Levy Litho, and Brush Art Corporation. Sun Graphics is the proud printing partner of K-State Athletics and is known for marketing support that is nothing short of exceptional. Make sure you slam dunk all of your marketing efforts by contacting Sun Graphics today. Proud sponsor of K-State Athletics. For more information, Google us at Sun Graphics Printing.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
As the next school on the list, Iowa State, with 6 Big 12 tourney titles. It's a different feel to also enter league tourney week, projected as a 6 or a 7 seed in the big brackets coming up on Sunday. But Greg Gurley, therein lies some excitement and motivation for these Jayhawks this week. So many previous years coming to KC in the first and second week of March, KU had nothing to prove, no ground to be gained, and really could only hurt their Selection Sunday stock. This year is different. They could climb at least 2 full seed lines with a productive week, and Coach Self senses that his team is fired up and excited to be here, much more so than previous years. It all gets going here tonight with 14th-seeded UCF as KU goes for a rare 3-game sweep of the Knights.
And that's why Saturday was so important. Like, we played a confident game. We didn't turn the ball over. We rebounded, and that's, propelled us to this point where there is excitement. And you brought it up, and Bill brought it up earlier, like, we usually would come here and the best week, it's going to hurt our seeding, right, unless we win it all. And so now it's the opposite of that. We're the hunter, not the hunted, and it's an interesting scenario for us, but our guys have embraced it. They're positive about it. Our coaches have sold them on that, and I think we talk a lot about playing with a free mind, and this is the type of team that needs to do that. Be careful with the ball. Not just be careless, but play with the free mind. If you're open, take a shot. I mean, these are all good players. I thought we did that on Saturday, and I think that, again, was such a huge effort in getting us to this point.
What do we expect of UCF? Hard to say because, the first meeting was the largest road blowout in league history. Nearly 30 years of blowouts. KU's 99-48 win in Orlando on January the 5th, the biggest ever. Second meeting, sans DeJuan Harris, was a 4-point game, and their leading scorer, the top scorer in the Big 12 Conference, Keyshawn Hall, erupted for 34. So where will the third game fit into the mix? We're about to find out. Straight ahead, it's Hunter Dickinson, first team All-League. He's next on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
They say tomorrow is always coming, but never arrives. It's always just beyond today. Not true when it comes to internet. Tomorrow's technology is already here. We'll need solutions that are even faster, smarter, and more secure. So let's go. Let's go to a place where Midco Internet connects you to all the possibilities of tomorrow. That's where we're going today. Midco. Let's go beyond.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock chalk.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Two things: communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right, Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents' award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
It's time now to hear from a Jayhawk player in the Midco Player Profile. Ready for the future? Midco is, and they can power home or business with multi-gig internet speeds. Explore more at midco.com.
Tonight's on our pregame player profile, we catch up with Kansas Jayhawk first team all Big 12 center Hunter Dickinson. First off, congrats on that, Hunt. I know that's not your main objective, but nice nonetheless to be recognized. And boy, you really solidified that with a monster final 6 games. Talk about the role you've been on of late.
Yeah, I think just being more aggressive. Coach mentioned it on senior night that he wants me to, try to be more aggressive for the team because that's kind of what we need. And just, I feel like in that role with that mindset, I've just started to play better and shots are falling for me. and my teammates, are being really unselfish, getting me the ball and a lot of good spots for me to be able to be successful. So just been, change of mindset, trying to be more aggressive for the team, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, 15 of 23 from the field on Saturday versus Arizona. We'd love to see that going forward. The number of paint touches and your ability to finish. Tell me about memories of that day, and obviously it doesn't sink in until you're long gone from this place, but to leave on such a high note in your final game in the Fog, to turn in truly one of the greatest senior day performances in KU history, that had to be special.
Yeah, it was super great just to be able to, like you said, end on a great note. It hadn't been the season that we had hoped for, but to be able to stamp it like that and kind of make, your presence felt in the final game was, really a great feeling. And you're right, you probably won't realize it till later, but, trying to let it all soak in now and try to relish it while, you're still in the moment can be really hard, but I'm trying to do the best I can in that, but knowing that, we still got a lot of ball left to play.
No doubt. Collectively as a team, you guys sure look to take that next step forward as well. And you told me midweek that you saw glimpses of it at Houston, and if you could play with that kind of togetherness, you felt like you could beat 99% of the teams in the field. You feel like you kept trending upward with that Saturday performance in that same regard?
Yeah, I think, we weren't perfect. I would say, we showed flashes of being really good, but we also have, some things we can work on, and that's inspiring, and I think just shows how good we can be if we get all the things clicking on the right note. So, we've been, trying to perfect things. Obviously, we got a big matchup tonight, but just trying to, always fix, little things here and there that end up being, factors in either winning or losing.
You alluded to the game tonight. We'll get to the matchup in a second, but a lot of years when Kansas comes to Kansas City, the 1 seed's already sewn up, and Big 12 tournament's kind of just an afterthought. This year, it's an actual springboard. You could climb 2 or 3 seed lines if you go deep enough into the weekend. So how would you describe the team's hunger level to really not only keep momentum going, but enhance your Selection Sunday stock?
Yeah, I feel like we all kind of know this is a great opportunity for us, not only tonight, but throughout the whole weekend, of just being able to, string some momentum together, but also pick up some quality wins to help our resume. I feel like, we already have a pretty good resume with some of our wins. We got a couple bad losses, but I think this is a great opportunity for guys to get confidence when we need it the most, coming in here in March Madness.
And you alluded to the matchup earlier. This will be a third crack at UCF, a team you defeated twice, including a really convincing win back on January 5th, but they were much better in the second matchup. And obviously, anytime you talk about a team that you played 6 weeks ago, a lot can evolve and change. So I know these Knights really have your respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to beat a good team 3 times, and so we know that going in. We're going to come into it with a lot of preparation. We know that they're a very up and down team. They don't run too many sets. It's a lot of hoping that, their player can get past ours, and so it's going to really challenge our one-on-one defense tonight. I think guys are aware of that, and we've prepped for it, and we'll be ready for them tonight.
We appreciate the preview. Hunt, it's been a joy to get to cover you these last couple of years, and I got a feeling the best is still in front of us. Your legacy-defining month begins now. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Brian. Right, Chuck.
That's Hunter Dickinson. More pregame coming up on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Just like Bill Self and his coaching staff place their best players in the right positions for success, so does the Brush Group with their multifaceted marketing team of Sun Graphics, Don Levy Litho, and Brush Art Corporation. Sun Graphics is the proud printing partner of Kansas Athletics and is known for marketing support that is nothing short of exceptional. Make sure you are scoring with all your marketing efforts by contacting Sun Graphics today. Proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics.
It's time to hear from the head coach himself. Part 1 of our pregame visit with Bill Self is presented by LMH Health. Visit lmh.org.
Well, Coach, welcome to Kansas City. Big 12 tournament play gets underway tonight for Kansas with UCF. And you and I talked on Monday's Hawk Talk. A little bit of a different mindset this year, as this week, a productive week, could enhance your seed line on Sunday, multiple spots. But bigger picture, you want to get more positive momentum going coming off of Saturday's big win. So tell me about the guys' mindset heading into this week.
Yeah, I think we're
I think we're pretty good, in a pretty good place. The guys are excited, coaches are excited. We're fired up to be here, and we have a chance to help ourselves. Most years, now not all years, we come over here, and really the only thing that could happen over here would maybe be to hurt your seed in a lot of ways, but or to validate what you've already done. And so this year, we don't need to validate being 11-9. We need to go out there and do something that obviously we haven't shown consistently throughout the course of a regular season, and have a chance to play against, the second best league in the country this year. Obviously the SEC is the best, but this would still be considered the second best.
Completely agree. I know Saturday's Arizona game is firmly in the rearview mirror, but a lot of positives to build off of from that one, including Hunter Dickinson continuing his tear. He's been on a whole different level these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, Hunter's played good, and be honest with you, KJ's been really good the last 5 games. So I think Hunter's averaging 23 or so the last 5 or 6, and KJ's averaging 13 or 14 the last 5 or 6, and they both played well. We needed to play well the other day. It took everything we had, but we had 4 seniors that started all step up and be really good.
One of those is Zeke Mayo. Had to be good to have him see the ball go through the hoop after he'd been laboring a little bit.
Yeah, he had a not as good a February as probably what he had January and December, but that happens, and he's more than just a shooter, but it was good to see the ball go down.
Hopefully that carries over into the postseason. Well, on Monday, we had a couple of different updates on Shaq Moore. At the 2 o'clock press conference, he was doubtful to play this week, and then he practiced again. Where does that leave us here today on game day?
Yeah, he will not be available to us tonight. We don't know, what even our trainers and doctors have said, Bill, if he's going to play at all, you can't practice him. Well, if he's going to play, he needs to practice. He hasn't practiced in a month, so it's kind of a catch-22. But his foot was sore today, and from Shaq's perspective, he doesn't want to have another surgery, but he may have to have it regardless if he plays or doesn't play. So if he feels better, later on in the week, there's a chance he could get out there. But I just don't feel comfortable putting guys out there that haven't practiced at all.
No doubt. It's a body you'd like to have if you had to potentially play on 4 straight days. And I know right now your focus is just on winning tonight, but is there any extra strategy involved when you might have to go an additional day compared to previous years in a smaller bracket?
Absolutely not. I hope we have to, but that'd be a good problem to deal with. But no, there's nothing additional. We need to win tonight, and then look at everything after that. But just take it one day at a time.
And we'll preview that game when we come back on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock chalk.
Feed a hamster? I think so. Is my homework right? I think so. Is, this milk still good? I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Get ready for more with head coach Bill Self. Once again, here's Brian Haney.
We continue our pregame conversation with head coach Bill Self and dive into UCF, a club you've played a couple of times, beaten a couple of times, but the most recent meeting was way back at the end of January. So tell me what you've seen of them since, and I imagine it'll make a big difference to have DeJuan Harris back for this matchup, as you didn't have him the first time around.
Well, we didn't have him second time around. Yeah, first time we played our best game of the season, maybe down there, and the second time we were shorthanded. I believe we were coming off the Houston loss, and we were shorthanded, and they had the ball down one, driving the slot, and KJ made a good defensive play, and the leading scorer in the league had the ball. So it wasn't like we whipped them. It was a one possession game, even though we ended up winning by 4. But obviously Johnson and Ivy Curry can go get theirs. But Keyshawn Hall has been on a real tear. I mean, he's led the league in scoring, and they got 3 guys that can all go get 25 at any time, and Keyshawn's capable of going for 40, which he's done. But he can score the ball. So we got to, we can't let 2 of those 3 guys have big nights. Now granted, they got other guys that can put the ball in the basket. They're very good offensively, but if you could do a good job on their big 3, then that would probably speak well to your chances.
You talked about the defensive matchup keys. How about some other keys you'd like to see the Jayhawks implement?
Well, they play fast, transition. They're going to switch defenses. We just need to play rather than think, because they're going to start zone and then go man after the ball goes inside or after the second or third pass, just to throw you off, and they do a good job of it. That's what actually turned the game last night. Utah was great early, and that game turned in a heartbeat at the end of the first half, and then UCF goes zone and really shuts them down the second half. So we've got to not have to set up and play every possession. Just go play and try to play fast and hopefully play with great energy. But we once again got to defend the arc, because these guys, they're capable of going for big numbers.
No doubt. Well, Coach, it's our favorite month of the year, and we hope it gets off to a great start tonight. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
That's head coach Bill Self. More pregame coming up on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They are all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 and 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/olderadults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Kansas and UCF, Part 3, coming up in about 10 minutes. Greg, time for our game plan segment, the Jayhawks versus the Knights. We had a blowout. We had a nail-biter. What's version number 3 going to include?
Defensive awareness. Got to find the shooters, understand that Hall is a guy a couple times this year's scored 40 points. He can score in bunches, but I want to attack him on the defensive end, and so make him play both ends. I think we let him off the hook a little bit last time. He's averaging 18.5 points a game and 7 rebounds. So find the shooters, take care of the ball, get on the glass. And the last 5 games, Hunter Dickinson and KJ have dominated. Hunter's 21 and 11 over the last 5 games. KJ's right there with them, making plays in the paint. So continue to get the ball in the paint, work from the inside out, and make sure you have defensive awareness.
Bill Self thinks the trio of Ivy, Curry, Johnson, and Hall might be the best scoring trio in the league. We'll see what Kansas can do defensively against them here tonight. When we come back, Greg will have the starting lineups for you right after this as our Kansas Jayhawk pregame coverage continues on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. 1 pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just 1 pill can kill.
Just like Bill Self and his coaching staff place their best players in the right positions for success, so does the Brush Group with their multifaceted marketing team of Sun Graphics, Don Levy Litho, and Brush Art Corporation. Sun Graphics is the proud printing partner of Kansas Athletics and is known for marketing support that is nothing short of exceptional. Make sure you are scoring with all your marketing efforts by contacting Sun Graphics today. Proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use. Community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
Welcome back to Kansas City and the T-Mobile Center. The Jayhawks get set to take on the Central Florida Knights. The Knights come in at 17-15. Get it all started with Jordan Ivy Curry along with Darius Johnson and Keyshawn Hall. Keyshawn Hall, the guy everyone's talking about, leading the Big 12 in scoring. 18.5 points a game, 7 rebounds. Nils Muhoski and Mustafa Shem round out the starting lineup. The Jayhawks go with their familiar lineup of DeJuan Harris, Zeke Mayo, and Rylan Griffin. KJ Adams and a big fella in the middle, Hunter Dickinson, coming off a career game, his final game in the Fog on Saturday against Arizona. This has been the Delta Dental Jayhawk Shoot Around. The opening tip is next, right here on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
No matter your level of play, LMH Health and Ortho Kansas provide championship care to all members of the Lawrence community and beyond. Our experts in sports medicine and orthopedic care have partnered on the field with athletes for more than 45 years, providing innovative treatments and therapies for athletes of all ages. Call us at 785-843-9125 or visit lmh.org/orthokansas to learn more. LMH Health, a partner for lifelong health.
Hello, Kansas.
Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right, the Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 and 2024 CY industry reported total sales.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Wear your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. One pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just one pill can kill.
It's Big 12 tournament time for your Kansas Jayhawks, who head to Kansas City as the 6th seed this year, following an 11-9 campaign in the league. The 20-11 Jayhawks enter March far lower than their typical pole position, but closed out the regular season on a high note on Saturday with an 83-76 win over number 24 Arizona. It marked the Jayhawks' 42nd consecutive win on Senior Day.
Zeke fires inside Hunt, left hand layup, good! What a feed! What a find! Zeke Mayo to Big Hunt. Adams in the corner. Zeke for a 5th three. You betcha! Zeke Mayo, a 5th trifecta today. There's a lob and a slam. KJ Adams on the throwdown and an alley-oop feed from DeJuan Harris.
Now the 6th-seeded Jayhawks go for the three-peat over 14th-seeded UCF. 1 year after stunning Kansas in Orlando, this year's Knights team was swept by the Jayhawks in a pair of regular season games, including the largest Big 12 road blowout in league history. UCF advanced last night, though, by knocking out Utah, and will hope the 3rd time is a charm tonight versus Kansas. The winner of tonight's game gets 3rd-seeded Arizona tomorrow night. KU leads the all-time series 2-1. It's the Jayhawks and the Knights coming up next on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
It's time to wave the wheat.
Here comes Kansas, right hand layup, good! A magic act defensively.
It's game time.
Left hand jammer! He fires it home with the southpaw. Drives right side, lobs up, and he throws it down hard. A 2-hand jammer. Will he get it off? He does. He missed it. He missed it. You can rock. Chalk it up. The Jayhawks win.
Live play-by-play action of Jayhawk basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Delta Dental of Kansas. Unleash your smile power. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com. The Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics. And by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Athletics. Together with LMH Health.
Oh my goodness! A 2-hand throwdown. He went coast to coast with a posterizing jam.
Now,
Let's go live courtside alongside Greg Gurley. Here's the voice of the Jayhawks, Brian Haney.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Brian Haney, Greg Gurley, Steve Kincaid with you courtside with the lights turned up right now inside the T-Mobile Center. They've got some special NBA flash lighting going on, similar to what you'd see nowadays at Allen Fieldhouse, but this is quite the tricked-out venue. If you're watching on TV, maybe you saw it last week during the Big 12 Women's Tournament, or perhaps yesterday and today. The floor has a series of the number 12 hundreds and hundreds of times all over the floor in a silver on gray type pattern that'll give you a headache if you stare too closely at it. Up close courtside here, it's not too bad, but certainly a different look inside T-Mobile, where Kansas historically has been very good in the Big 12 tournament, 25-8 all time in this building in the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, we forget 12 titles. Since the existence, obviously we say 11, but I still say 12, and have had a lot of success. Not as much as late, but got a real opportunity right now to play 4 days in a row, and it all starts right here.
Mustafa Thiem in the jump circle opposite of Hunter Dickinson. Tossing the tap, won by UCF. Thiem also listed at 7'2", just like Hunt. And a little bit better vertical leap. He gets the opening toss and tap. They'll attack from right to left, will the Knights. They get the ball to Keyshawn Hall, the Big 12's best scorer. He breaks him down off the bounce, kicks in the corner, but a charge comes first, which erases a three-point make from Darius Johnson. Kansas slid in just in the nick of time to draw the charge on Keyshawn Hall.
Yeah, good job. Rotational defense by Rylan Griffin. There wasn't a lot of contact there, but he was clearly set, and he sold it.
Second consecutive game in which Griffin has drawn a charge. Griffin in the corner for Kansas, trying to feed it inside to Hunter. It's deflected out of bounds by a Knight and will stay with KU. Our officials for today's game, Marcus Pettigrew, Gregory Nixon, and Raina Tilley, the three-man crew. DeJuan Harris in the home whites for the higher-seeded Jayhawks. Plays it in for KJ Adams. UCF in the road black unis. Mayo rolls off a screen and drains a three. He picks up where he left off on Saturday with another three ball.
Yeah, I'd love to see him have a hot start. He can change the game with his outside shooting and his creativity off the bounce.
It was 5 of 7 from downtown versus Arizona. Here's a reach-in by KJ Adams on the catch of Jordan Ivy Curry. Quick foul on KU's senior leader. Ivy Curry, they thought was done for the season. They were shutting him down at the end of the regular year. Didn't play their final couple of games, but about 48 hours before their action yesterday versus Utah, he told the coaching staff of the Knights, I want to try to give it a go. And, well, one win and 20 points later, he looks pretty good out there.
Yeah, he really does.
There's a jump stop in the lane by Johnson. Backdoor cut, up and under. They miss on the layup attempt underneath that time with Muhoski.
Well, he's part of that threesome that Bill talked about that can really score the basketball.
Dickinson, an 18-footer, misses off the heel. Long rebound tracked down by DeJuan Harris, though. 3 Jayhawks were retreating, but Harris got in to pilfer it away. Can Mayo get another three? You bet he can! Zeke Mayo, guns a-blazing out the gates.
What a possession by DeJuan Harris. He gets the offensive rebound, keeps it, penetrates, finds Zeke in the corner, wide open.
Thiem on the other end, misses with a brick from 6 feet left lane area. Rebound Hunt. Up the floor, Griffin to the cup. Right-hand runner misses. Everything but the finish. He blew the bunny. Rebound UCF. 6-0 Kansas here early. 2 minutes in. Johnson inside. Rejected by Rilo. And a big rebound by Hunt. A long outlet ahead to Juan. Behind the back, Griffin. He'll drive. Kick to Mayo. Back to Rilo. Fakes on a three, and now they'll slow it down and settle down. Griffin, shot fakes. Plays it toward Hunter. It's batted loose for a second, but Hunt tracks it down. He's backing down now. Turns, shoots, misses on a jump hook with the left hand. And Muhoski comes away with the rebound for the Knights. Here's a three by Hall. In and out, no good. They are ice cold, Greg. 0 for 4 after shooting 71% in the second half yesterday. Here's Mayo, a little runner on the move. Buried. Zeke Mayo on fire. fire, and a timeout taken by Johnny Dawkins.
An 8-0 run all by Zeke Mayo. What a start for the senior out of Lawrence. Propelled himself from the Saturday. Great effort, 5 threes, 0 turnovers. Talk about a confidence boost. That was Saturday, and he's done it again early on here today.
We don't like to talk about it too much, but it's well documented that all of his best games have been in Allen Fieldhouse, and the home versus road splits are pretty staggering. 8 games in the fog of 5+ threes, 0 elsewhere. But he's from around here. He knows this is Allen Fieldhouse East, so I think he's just carrying it over here to KC, hopefully for the next 4 days.
Yeah, and his teammates have done a good job of getting him open. I mean, that first 3, Hunter sets a good screen, wide open. DeWant penetrates on the next 3, wide open, and that time they're really trying to get Zeke in actions to space the floor. And I talk a lot about Central Florida's defense. They're not a great defensive team, right, and Kansas has exposed them early on.
Obviously, I say the Allen Fieldhouse East a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but it is true. If there's one guy catching fire that could really propel Kansas beyond what they were for much of February, it's the outside shooting of Mayo.
Well, and it's been our guard play that here's Chim for the 3, and he misses. Rebound by Zeke Mayo. So continue to be cold are the Knights.
Mayo from Raytown misses finally. It hit the front iron, the backboard, the front iron, and fell off. His first miss had been 3 for 3. Here's a tip by Ryland. Gets a hand in twice, nearly got the steal, but UCF will keep. 8-0 Kansas. 16:45 to play here in the first half. Ivy Curry trying to drive around DeWant, and DeWant reaches in and picks up a foul. Look up the definition of heat check in the dictionary. That was the 3 attempt by Zeke Mayo off the miss by Central Florida. He takes about a 26-footer, and it almost bounced in. 2 steps away from the power and light district, he launched that ball. 8-0 Kansas in front. UCF with a dribble handoff, finding Hall, who averaged 20.3 a game in league play, which led the league. Here's a spin and a drive, and a deuce is good for Darius Johnson.
After the foul called on DeWant, he kind of played off him a little bit, and Johnson got around, and there was no big guy to help. So Central Florida finally on the board.
8-2 Kansas. 16:10 to go here in the first half. Harris gets a screen from KJ, drives right of the lane, little floater, misses. And right now, as good as Zeke's been, everybody else ice cold, and yet KU leads 8-2. Johnson on the other end plows through Griffin, no foul call, and the layup is good. Back-to-back buckets for Darius Johnson.
Yeah, I thought Ryland might have drawn his second charge, but they let that go.
8-4 Kansas. Zeke trying to get around Ivy Curry. Flings back to Hunt, who promptly hands it to him again. And then, do we have an illegal screen? No, it's going to be a reach on Ivy Curry.
Wow, I thought that was an illegal screen as well. But these officials, that's the 3rd or 4th call in 4 minutes of just little reaches. So they're trying to clean things up. No hand checking, no reaching. Kansas will have it when we come back. First half action is brought to you by Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics, proudly serving Jayhawk fans and the Lawrence community, federally insured by the NCAA.
Johnny Dawkins played 9 players last night. They're not quite as deep, though, here in March as they were when we played them twice in January, so we'll see if foul trouble becomes an issue affecting depth here tonight. 8-4 KU in front, 15:40 to play in the first half on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Behind my desk in the hospital is a wall of cards, letters, and thank you notes. They're from our patients, their children, their families, expressing thanks for how we've helped them. Every note we get goes right up on that wall, and it doesn't happen often, but whenever I need a reminder that what we do is making a difference for people, I look back at that wall, and immediately I'm inspired to continue doing all I can.
The University of Kansas Health System. Why would you go anywhere else?
Hello, Kansas. Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right. The Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
Hey, this is Calvin Thompson from the 1986 Final Four team, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
8-4, KU in front, going for a rare 3-game same-season sweep of UCF. Now, you used to see those all the time in the old Big 8 and Big 12 when you played everybody at least twice. Nowadays, you're going to see that less and less because we just went from a 20-game league schedule where you had 5 opponents on top of the other 15 games that were repeats. Next year, it's going to be an 18-game league schedule, so you'll only have 3 opponents that you double dip on, so the rarity of playing the same team 3 times will be even more so.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. 20 was a lot. I mean, it really was, and I'm glad they're going to make that change. Hadn't really been confirmed yet, but it's pretty much
yesterday.
Did they do it? Yeah, okay.
They did.
Because we were talking about it at dinner last night. I hadn't heard that they knew it was coming, but it's the right thing to do.
Well, you're playing in 3 time zones. You're having some trips that are 5 and 6 days long out on the road, getting home at 4 in the morning. They're going to shorten that league slate by a couple of games next year. Kansas weaving around the perimeter, leading at 8-4. They pass ahead to KJ. A jump stop in the lane. Jump hook is good. KJ Adams hits his first shot attempt. The rest of the team outside of Zeke had been 0 for 4.
Yeah, they were trying to get Zeke on that little flare screen. They defended it well. He dumps it down to KJ, and just such a bouncy move.
Johnson, Chiem, forces one up with a right-hand jump hook that misses. Rebound tapped out to KJ. Dewan quickly up the floor. Right-hand runner, good. He split that UCF defense like a hot knife through butter, and KU goes up 8.
And the defense kind of favored KJ Adams, thought he was going to throw an alley-oop, so Dewan took advantage. And a rare transition bucket.
Johnson, a 3 partially blocked by Dewan, but Chiem gets the rebound and lays it up and in. Sometimes
it's so hard to rebound an air ball, you're about to say, and Hunter had his back turned as he was blocking him out, but one of those pretty good defense.
Hunter didn't know it was deflected and was going to come up well short. So the stick back makes it 12-6 Kansas. Here's a tip and a steal by Johnson, though. Up the floor, Johnson, left-hand layup. Good. He's 11th nationally at 2.3 steals per game, and that was immediate offense off of the defense of Darius Johnson. 12-8 Kansas. A costly live ball turnover there on KU. Mayo will stop and go, had it poked loose from behind, and out of bounds off of UCF. It'll stay with KU as Flory Bidunga makes his entry into this game. It was a breakout contest for Flory down in Orlando back on January 5th. Here comes Diggy and AJ as well.
Yeah, and look for Bill to make more and more substitutions. Is the possibility of 4 games in 4 days. Got to make sure that you spread those minutes around.
I asked him about that in pregame, and he was dismissive, but you and I both know you got to be mindful of it, even though the primary objective is to win however you have to.
Gotta go.
AJ in the paint, to the cup, left-hand layup, good. Now that's the AJ store KU's hoping to see.
Yeah, we love Zeke getting going early, but how about that bucket by AJ Store? Instant offense.
A 3 on the other end, drilled by Mahosky from the left corner area, and just like that, the lead's cut in half. 14-11 Kansas. Of course, AJ was second team all Big Ten a year ago at 17 a game on aggressive drives like that last one. You want to see a lot more of that. Hunt hooks a pass. It's intercepted and taken away by Ivy Curry. Up the floor, layup, good. That's 4 points off turnovers in the last 90 seconds, and UCF has cut it to 1.
Yeah, good anticipation by Central Florida. Just picked it right off. On the pass on the interior by Hunter.
AJ looking to drive, gets a screen, forces up a shot that rattles in. He was bumped offline but kept going up anyway and gets the shooter's touch.
Yeah, and he made the smart play. He just threw it up there, thought he was going to get the foul.
On the other end, Ivy Curry misses on a step-back three. Rebound to Flory Bidunga of Kansas. Bidunga had those 12 points and 6 blocks in Orlando. Point for three. Misses front iron. Rebound on the deck as bodies pile up, and UCF comes away with the scrum with the basketball. 16-13 Kansas. 12:31 to go here in the first half. Hall for three. Got it. And with that, we are tied. Don't want to see Keyshawn Hall catch fire. UCF is 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, and that's Flory's got to understand that that's his shot.
Store on the drive, dumps down to Hunt. Left-hand layup, good. All set up by the dribble drive of A.J. Store.
Great early minutes by A.J. Couple buckets, and then an easy play getting it Hunter on the board.
Keyshawn Hall crosses over, gets a screen from Chiem. Now lobs it back to Chiem in the paint area. They kick it out. Mahoshki for three. In and out, no good. And the rebound to Kansas and Mayo on the weak side. 18-16 Jayhawks. AJ collects a pass left wing. Gets it to Hunter Dickinson, who spins on Chiem. Jump hook missing. Rebound Flory. Right back up and in. The freshman cleans the glass, and KU goes up 4.
Activity by Flory. Didn't accept the box out. Quick to the ball and quick to the bucket. Didn't bring it down. Great play by Flory.
20-16 Kansas. Hall on a blow-by. Stumbles and loses control. Fumbles it out of bounds. It's a turnover on the Knights.
Hunter Dickinson came up lame that time. It's going to be Kansas ball, but he was kind of doubled over. Don't know what happened, but looks to be okay. Flory stayed in front, forced the turnover, and after Central Florida tied it up, Kansas goes on a little 4-0 run and gets the stop.
KU led by as many as 8 on a couple of occasions, 8-0 and 12-4, but right now 4-point game, 20-16.
Listen up, Jayhawk fans. On game day, stop by Wendy's and buy one Baconator and get a second Baconator for just $1. Let's all cheer for bacon big plays all season long. Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics.
20-16 Kansas, 11:16 to go here in the first half on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Smoke is black. I want my baby back. The sauce is red. I want my family bed. Oh, what can I do?
From hickory smoked baby back ribs to mac and cheese, peach cobbler, all the great sides, check out Big's Barbecue in Lawrence on Iowa Street.
The Jayhawks have been lighting up scoreboards, well, since scoreboards were invented. And Shirley Signs has been lighting up the Midwest and shipping signs nationwide since 1972. With 2 locations, Shirley Signs can help you with any location in Kansas, from channel letters to awnings and everything in between. Multiple locations? No problem. Check out www.shirleysigns.com or call 1-800-779-7446.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self, introducing a fresh new way to save with your Dillon's points. Now you can choose between saving on fuel or saving on your next purchase with new Rewards Cash. You'll still earn points every time you shop at Dillon's. When you're ready to redeem your points, you can choose to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump or redeem your points to save on your next purchase. See the Dillon's website for more details. Your points, your choice. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
11:16 to go here in the first half. Kansas leading by 4, 20-16. KU Bookstore is the official KU campus store since 1946. Good fight out of UCF to climb out of the 8-point deficit to tie it up. Half of those points trimmed off because of live ball turnovers, but Kansas able to build a 4-point lead back up right now, and they're spreading it around. A lot of balance here. 6 different Jayhawks have scored in these opening 8 minutes.
Yeah, and 2 turnovers, but they were costly. Like you said, they were live ball turnovers, both led to layups. So doing an okay job taking care of the ball, but it'd be better to throw it into the fifth row and set your defense. But we knew Central Florida would make a run. They got guys that can really score the ball, and that's going to happen throughout the game, but we got to continue to play from out front in a tournament setting. The underdog, when they get some confidence and some momentum, I don't think the crowd will be behind them like they would in the NCAA tournament game, but you just don't want to give them any confidence.
A.J. Storr, to be clear, has been on the floor for 2 minutes and 50 seconds, all right? So we're not going to call him Mr. March or anything just yet. But that aggressive, attacking, driving finish, followed by a nice penetrated pitch to Hunter, that's the guy they thought they were getting about 11 months ago when he committed in the portal. And what a difference he could be if we see more and more of that.
Yeah, could he be our Remy? You know, and
right.
If 2.5 minutes or any sample size, it was a good start.
Because you look at his last 4 games, Greg, he played 8, 5, 5, and 7 minutes. He's only been averaging 6 minutes a game.
Uh-oh.
Here's a lob to Flory. Deep catch, goes up, misses. He caught on the right side, tried to finish on the left. It was well contested, and he couldn't finish. Hall blows by him on the other end and lays it up and in to cut the KU lead to 2.
Yeah, and the alley-oop was there. It just wasn't a great pass. He had to come down with it, and when he came down with it, 3 or 4 black jerseys converged, and they blocked it. So
here's a lob to KJ. Deep catch, muscles up, gets it blocked. No foul call. Rebound UCF and Hall. It was KU having a block party in the first meeting. Right now UCF giving them a taste of their own medicine. Hall crossing over on Flory. Kicks it back to Johnson, who's had 5 straight games of 20 points. He loses the handle, though. KJ's got it. Ahead to AJ. Up, under, and in. He let the defender fly by on a pump fake and lays it up and true.
Good defense that time. Another steal for Kansas.
Hall, a contested 3, misses. Rebound, A.J. Storr. Who is this guy in the number 2 jersey?
Love it.
Keep it coming, A.J. Thought about a 3, wisely pulls down on it and kicks out to Harris at the head of the circle. He'll take a 3, missed it strong. Rebound tapped out by KJ, and A.J. collects. Diggy will back it out. Coit looking to drive, steps through, try to hand off through traffic to KJ, and it was broken up. Another Kansas turnover. That'll be their 3rd.
Yeah, that's big size right there. He got into no man's land, and there was nobody running to the rim, so had to try to dump it off, and another turnover for Kansas.
22-18 KU. Backdoor cut to Johnson. Now he steps back on a 3 and drains it. And with that, it's a 1-point game. 22-21 Kansas.
Hey, played the backdoor well, but then Johnson faded out to the corner and got an open look, and like you said, 1-point game.
What a tear he's been on. 5 straight with 20-plus. He's got 9 today. Coit, he wants the 3. Missed it. Rebound Flory, but what's the call? A foul inside.
I thought they were going to call over the back, but Flory was able to get that rebound without fouling after the miss by Coit.
It was Benny Williams he was jumping over, and that's no easy task. Benny listed at 6'10", 220. I thought what you thought, partner. I thought it was going to be an over the back, but thankfully the foul goes on the Knights. That'll be their 3rd.
So we've got 4 starters back in. AJ in for Ryland. Been really providing some great minutes.
And let's be clear, Ryland was good before he left as well. So Kansas getting a lot of nice efforts out of their transfer wings here early. AJ dials up a 3, missed it short. It was from straight on, just a little bit short. Rebound Knights. UCF can come down to take its first lead. Hall trying to drive on AJ. Cut off, blocked as Hunter came in on the help defense. But a whistle and a foul will come on Storr. And Hall can indeed take the lead for UCF. Part of his bread and butter, Greg, in leading the league in scoring, free throws attempted.
Well, anytime a guy scores a bunch of points, he's smart enough to know, get to the line. Those are freebies. Such a good shooter. And
this will be his 237th attempt of the year. It misses off back iron. Those are Frank Mason's senior season type numbers. As Ryland Griffin returns for A.J. Storr. Last night, he was 12 of 14 from the free throw line. He shoots them normally at 82%. A southpaw hits the seconds, and he ties the game 22-all. Seen a couple of ties now in this one. That's our second of the ball game. Can Kansas take the lead back on this trip down the floor? Mayo lobs into Hunt, who's been quiet. Rifles a pass over the top of the defense to Rilo. Now back inside to Hunt. Tries to hook a pass to KJ, but it's broken up and intercepted.
Well, it hit KJ right in the hands. He just dropped it.
Turnover on Kansas again. Here's a wide open three for the Knights. Misses short by Williams. Rebound Kansas. DeJuan Harris will quickly push it back the other way. Harris goes between his legs right side. Gets baseline. Kicks out. Zeke wants a three. He'll get a three. Zeke Mayo from the left side. And KU goes up three.
Juan Harris just navigating that defense. He penetrated to pitch and found the hot shooter Zeke Mayo on the left wing.
25-22. A blow by Williams, but a help defense block from Ryland Griffin. How good, how sneaky good has Ryland Griffin's defensive contributions been?
Yeah, he hasn't scored, but he's took a charge, thought he took another one, blocked shot that time, been in the right place, right time. So good job when not impacting the game on the offensive end. He's doing a great job defensively.
2 blocks, 2 deflections, and the charge that he drew as well. You love to see that. He told us when we were in Houston over a week ago now, I want to be known as so much more than a shooter. There's other things I have to bring. I'm going to keep playing significant minutes, and we're seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, and what he's really done a nice job throughout the year is being a good facilitator. He's shot faked, got to the lane, made the right pass. Just a very intelligent player and doing it on the defensive here tonight, and that offense will come. Unleash your smile power with Delta Dental of Kansas. Learn more about individual and family plans at deltadentalks.com.
7:36 to go here in the first half. 25-22 Kansas on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. 1 pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just 1 pill can kill.
At the Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Hi, this is the Gravy Train, Jeff Graves, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
25-22, Kansas in front. 7:36 to go here in the first half. Let's quickly pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk basketball. Jayhawks in front, 25-22, behind 48% first half shooting. UCF shooting 43%. KU's been a little sloppy on the giveaways of late, and some of the turnovers have led to immediate buckets. But Kansas right now leading by 3, despite the recent turnover tally on the Jayhawks, now 4 in the ballgame.
Yeah, somebody else has to get going. Zeke Mayo's been the main guy, 11 points. The rest of the starters have combined for 6. See if we can get Hunter going in the middle.
Ivy Curry collects the pass on the right wing. Shadowed there by DeJuan Harris. Bounce for bounce. Now Hall, left side. Little stop and go on Hunt. Reaches up and lays it in. The long arms of Keyshawn Hall reached around Dickinson and pulls the Knights to within 1.
And the lefty went up with the right and just kind of a quick hitter. Hunter was unable to block it.
Harris, little stop and go, gets inside, blocked from behind, rebound Hunt, but then taken away by UCF as they chop down on the ball and come away with a pilfer from Debo Coleman.
Yeah, chop down is right. Sure thought he got fouled, but UCF can take the lead on this possession.
Ivy Curry trying to get around KJ, kicks back, GM wide open for three, it's an air ball. He shoots him at 30%, and we've seen him hit those shots against Kansas before, but 0 for 2 today, and that one obviously not close.
Yeah, that was 2 feet short and to the right. He's down the other end kind of wiping his hands off like he was sweaty, but good 3-point shooting defense by Kansas.
1 point KU lead. KJ, a 12-footer. Good.
That's his shot, little shot put. DeJuan Harris drew 3 guys, left KJ wide open from about 8 feet.
27-24, Kansas. Jayhawks have led by as many as 8. Hall, little crossover, then a spin move, then a wild miss, and the rebound is Zeke Mayo of KU. On the other end, KJ quickly up the floor. A blocking foul is called, and count the buckets.
Oh, wow.
KJ may be hurt at the end of the play as he was hit in the face, but it's going to be a goaltend and a foul on UCF.
And a bad decision to goaltend that. That had no chance of going in. Thought it might even be a charge, so a big swing right now. The officials are going over to check the goaltend, but regardless, it's a foul.
KJ is tough as nails and immediately gets up and is walking over toward the bench area right now, looking to be okay, just wincing a bit, but he immediately put his right hand on his forehead and temple, almost like he had a headache. There's a 3-car pileup at the bottom of the basket area there with 2 UCF Knights and Adams, and one of them may have fallen on Adams and hit him in the forehead.
Yeah, on the left side, about the left temple, but he looks to be okay over there. I was kind of glad that he got hit in the head. You don't want to see a knee or an ankle. KJ's so tough, but watching the replay, couldn't really tell if that was a goaltend or not. Definitely a block. That looked like Chim got it before. We'll see what they call. They're either going to have 2 free throws. And might have been coming down, though. Didn't have no chance of going in, but that doesn't matter.
And you're absolutely right on where the contact occurred. It was the left foot of Chiem who was landing face first, kind of a belly flop underneath the basket, and as legs came down, as the right one hit the ground, the left kind of had a double tap and struck him in the face, the forehead area.
They're going to confirm the goaltend, so it will be an and one opportunity for KJ. I just don't think there was enough evidence to overturn it. So a break for Kansas, avoid the charge, get the and one after the wild attempt by Hall.
KJ still kind of squinting his eyes, shaking off the kick to the forehead inadvertently by the 7 feet 2 inches tall, 235-pound center Mustafa Chiem. Can he complete the 3-point play? He does.
After I asked for more scoring from other guys, KJ goes on a little 5-0 run by himself.
You love to see it, and his free throw numbers have been on the climb of late. 6-point KU lead, 30-24. Of course, KJ a week ago in Houston was 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Ivy Curry pulls up from 16, got it. Fading jumper falls, back to a 4-point KU lead.
Fading's right, kind of off balance, able to knock that down.
5:50 to play here in the half, 30-26 Kansas. Mayo directing traffic out top, gets a screen from Flory, gets around Johnson, drives left of the lane, had it poked loose from behind, and out of bounds off of Johnson.
And they're going to gear their defense to stop Zeke Mayo now because he's been the one offensive guy. So if you're Rylan Griffin, if you're KJ, if you're Flory, got a flash to the middle. They're going to double team. Everyone's going to be helping. Somebody's going to be open.
KU plays it in. Bidunga picks up his dribble, so he tries a 17-footer. That's ugly. Misses badly.
Yeah, DeJuan Harris went for that offensive rebound, and I think they're going to get Ivy Curry with the foul. Dead ball rebound, but nice hustle by DeJuan. Flory took the shot because it was under 5 on the clock, and it missed badly.
He's a 52% free throw shooter, and that was essentially a free throw from 2 feet farther back, and it was well off the mark. That's clearly a mid-range part of his game. It's got to develop over the next 7 months before next year. Rylan Griffin collects in the corner, gives it off, gets it back, tries a 3 that misses,
Flory out jumps 2 Knights, goes right back up and in. There's your wheelhouse, young man. The stick back is true, and KU goes up 6.
That's just a one it more. He went up against Chem and another guy and was able to get the rebound. Then we give up a straight line drive, and he missed the layup.
Johnson blew the bunny. Rebound, Bidunga. Here comes Kansas leading by 6. A pass in the corner. Ryland for 3. Misses. Rebound tipped about. KU's got it. DeJuan kept it alive. Flory, a layup. Misses. Rebound KJ. Missed off the bottom of the rim. 2 acrobatic double pump attempts by Flory and KJ, and neither was close.
They're really letting them play underneath. A lot of contact. Got the post up here. Hall with DeJuan Harris on him.
Johnson dribbles in and kicks back. They set it up here with J.J. Taylor. Now a lob for Keyshawn Hall, left corner, drives, floats, and scores.
Played right through Flory, right through the body. Hall went just, if Flory would have fallen, it might have been called a charge, but he retreated. Just another scoring play by Hall.
He's got 10 already. Started at George Mason and UNLV before coming to UCF. What a force he's been. Zeke, right side to DeJuan Harris. Rolls to the paint, little floater, misses wide by a couple of feet. Rebound Flory, though, who tapped it out to himself.
Got to go
to keep it alive. It was an air ball, though, so you got to hurry. Zeke off a screen, fades, fires, misses. Rebound, out of bounds, off of the Knights.
Wow.
KJ tipped it off a Hall. KU bailed out. They're going to keep it.
Right into the hands of Hall. He just fumbled it out of bounds. That would have big break for Kansas after the late attempt by Zeke. Kansas will keep it after the timeout.
There's an old tournament time adage, not specific to the Big 12. You see it everywhere, that the team that plays the day before versus a team that's fresh has an advantage early because they're settled in and used to the rims and all that, but they wear down later. Do you see that being the case here tonight, or is that more of a round 2, round 3 type thing deeper into the weekend?
I would think more of a round 3, round 4, but yeah, because, playing a holiday tournament, you play these games, but there's something to it. But there's also the NC States of the world that won 5 in a row in the ACC tournament, 4 in a row to make the Final Four run. So it's all how you want to play the narrative.
I say that because the Knights hanging tough right now, down just 4. We'll see if eventually they start to get some dead legs in the second half. 3:46 to go here in the first. 32-28 Kansas on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
.346 to go here in the first half. 32-28 Kansas. Jayhawks have led by as many as 8 on a couple of occasions, but UCF not going away anytime soon. They've been neck and neck for the bulk of this half. LMH Health is your partner for lifelong health. Learn more at lmh.org.
Kansas will have it under their own basket, under 4 to go. Got a 4-point lead. Feel like Kansas should be up by more.
Yep.
Got to make sure we talk so much about ending the half and starting the second on a positive note. So a big final 4 minutes here for the Jayhawks, for the home team Jayhawks.
And a pretty good home crowd. This T-Mobile Center holds 17,763. I'd say it's about 90 to 95% full here tonight. Very much a pro-Kansas crowd, just a smattering of Knights fans, mostly family of the staff behind their bench. KU will play it into Bidunga on the left wing area. This is the fourth game of the day 2 here. Already the 8th game in this year's Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship. Inside to Hunt. He's been quiet. Turns, passes down to Flory. Juggles, then goes up and scores. Big to big, and good patience that time by Flory.
Yeah, great patience by Hunter. He drew the double team. Flory got it. He gathered. Might have fumbled it a little bit, but just took his time and went back up with it strong. So good big to big passing.
Dickinson with the assist. Hunter has just 2 points. Here's Hall on a drive. He misses the layup, but he's fouled from behind by Bidunga.
And too easy to the left. Hall is a left-handed guy and a very dominant left-hander. And Flory, also being a left-hander, has got to understand that. You got to get over on that left hand and force him to go the other way.
Of course, KU switches defensively, but they've tried a number of guys on Hall, from Harris to Bidunga to Storr. His free throw misses, a rare second miss out of Hall.
For a really good shooter, he's kind of got a jerky motion from the free throw line. So a break for Kansas, a good scorer. He's now 1 of 3.
One more coming. This one is good. I'll tell you who I wish we could put on him for the second half. Marcus Garrett. He was in the news today. He gets called up from the G League on a 10-day contract with the Charlotte Hornets. Bill Self feels his best on-ball defender ever at Kansas. Said he did things versatility-wise and defensive prowess-wise nobody else ever did. Inside Flory goes up with a jump hook. It's an air ball. Tipped by Hunt, won't go on the stick back, and the rebound to UCF.
Oh, he just didn't catch it cleanly. He kind of tipped it up. Could have grabbed it with both hands.
Hawks by 5. Hall takes a 3. It's good. And if he gets the feet set and the shoulders square like that, he is so good from distance. And with that, a timeout taken by Kansas as UCF has cut it to 2.
Yeah, and Flory's got to understand that that's a shooter. He's got to crowd him. I know he's got the ability to put it on the floor, but too clean of a look for UCF's best shooter. He makes Kansas pay. Back within 2.
It's not like they have to remind Hall of, or rather Kansas, of how good Hall is. 34 points he hung on the Jayhawks in Allen Fieldhouse. That included 9 of 19 from the field. And on that day, he was 11 for 11 from the free throw line. We've been fortunate that he's missed a pair tonight. Otherwise, this would be a tie game. But you look at the season he had, Greg, 40 at ASU, 34 in Lawrence, 34 in Stillwater.
Yeah. No, he's a big-time scorer. You know, he's an elite scorer. He gets the free throw line, shoot the 3, he's good off the bounce. So, got that early foul by Hall. Thought, okay, let's go at him. Maybe try to pick up 2 or 3, but been unable to do that.
KU will bring it up the floor, leading by 2, 34-32.
Against his zone now, as they show a zone, but then fall back into man.
Agreed. Harris gets a screen from KJ, passes back to Adams, 15-footer, rattles around and falls through. KJ Adams hits another, and KU goes up 4.
Bill talked about how Central Florida will vary their defense, and right there they showed it, and then they retreated back, and KJ got open in the middle.
KJ now 4 of 6. He's got 9 first half points. Johnson a step back 3, misses on a moon ball, but Chiem comes up with a rebound for UCF. 2 minutes to go in the half. Hall on a blow-by. Flings in the corner. Three-pointer launched. Missed. Rebound Kansas. It was Dior Johnson on the miss. Harris with the board. Dewan up the floor. Dribbled it off his foot, but corrals it in the corner, and KU will keep. AJ wide open for 3. Launched and hits. A.J. Storr having a major half for Kansas. The Jayhawks go up 7, and he's got 9.
You see how important it is to get a couple layups, get him rolling. There's a lot of contact underneath, and it's going to it was off of UCF. There's a ton of contact down low, and Johnson just threw it out of bounds, but they will keep it. But how about the play of A.J. Storr? 9 points, 4 or 5 from the field in 8 minutes.
I'm going to take a guess at when the last time he had 9 points was.
Probably not in 25.
Well, he did have 9 in Manhattan, but otherwise you're probably right. Chiem from 15, good. The mid-range jumper falls for the 7-2 center, and UCF back to within 5 with 1:05 to go in the half. Storr at the top. Flings left side for KJ. They sag off of him. They find AJ right side on a skip pass. They lob underneath to Hunt. He spins into a double team, muscles one up and misses, but he's fouled. And free throws coming for Hunter Dickinson, who's been averaging 23 a game over the last 3 weeks, but today just 2.
Yeah, we were talking about how they're letting a ton go underneath. There wasn't much contact there, and Hunter gets the call several times. Kansas bigs, and on both ends, there's been a ton of contact in the restricted area. That's the first time we've seen a call.
So Dickinson to the free throw line. Of course, he's coming off a career-high 33 versus Arizona, but he misses one here. Bill Self joked during the senior speeches that if he would have just hit his free throws, he'd have a brand new career high. The 33 he scored versus Arizona matched his old high as a Wolverine versus the Spartans. Second free throw good. KU lead extended to 6. 51 seconds to go in the half.
Got a couple fouls to give if you need them. See if Central Florida tries to get to 2 for 1. Looks like they're going to be pretty casual here.
Harris nearly got a steal. He had the deflection way back on the other end of the floor, but they come up with the carom. Chiem will try a 3. It's good. He was 1 of 5 in the field house. He can hit those despite the earlier air ball, and that one cuts the lead in half of KU.
Yeah, he missed badly on his last attempt, but he's hit his last 2, a mid-ranger and then that one. So Kansas with 16 on the clock will play for the final one.
Got to get something here. Otherwise, UCF's going to feel a world of confidence in a one-possession game at the half. Diggy out to Harris. They feed it into Hunt. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Hooks a pass through the hands of KJ. Again, a post-to-post delivery that bounces off the hands of Adams.
Yeah, might have had a little too much heat on it, but it would have been a dunk for KJ. Instead, 1.6 on the clock. Now you just got to get a stop.
They could actually tie it with a desperation 3. They get it into Johnson from midcourt. Goes off the top left corner of the backboard. No good. And halftime is here. 40-37, Kansas.
Yeah, 40 points is good, but defensively giving too many good looks to Hall. He's hurt Kansas. And then Chiem, a guy that struggled from the field, but ended up with 5 points in that final couple minutes.
Yeah, between Chiem 7 and they got 9 out of Johnson and the 14 out of Hall, who leads all scorers. You like some of the positives for Kansas, particularly with the transfer portal wings. Everybody but Diggy gave something significant in that first half. You love to see that.
And we haven't said this all year. Where would we be without A.J. Storr?
No kidding. 9 first half points, the most he scored since early February in the Little Apple.
The unexpected happens every day. When it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first.
Just 3 times in 2025 has A.J. Storr had 9 points or more. He had the 12-point game at TCU, and actually in Orlando versus these guys had 11. But the A.J. they thought they were getting in the spring of 2024 when he entered the portal and picked KU, that's the guy we've been seeing. Let's hope it's the start of something big in the weeks ahead. Hawks by 3 at the break, 40-37 on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They are all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough.
also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Hello, Kansas. Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right. The Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
Hi, this is Coach Bill Self. We're used to talking about all things basketball, but right now I want you to hear these 4 important words about the growing crisis of drug overdose. One pill can kill. Kansans are dying every week from drugs laced with deadly fentanyl. Please educate your loved ones to steer clear of street drugs, never buy pills online without a prescription, and always use a reputable pharmacy. Just one pill can kill.
Looking to elevate your next event? Introducing Uplift Coffee's new catering services. Perfect for company events, family get-togethers, or whatever event you're planning. Treat your guests to your choice of specialty coffee and non-coffee drinks, delicious food options, and in-house pastries straight from our own bakery. Pickup and delivery options available. Visit upliftcoffeeshop.com to place your catering order today.
20 minutes of Jayhawk basketball are in the books. Welcome to the Halftime Show on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield. The Halftime Show is brought to you by the University of Kansas Health System, the official healthcare provider of Kansas Athletics, together with LMH Health, and by the Kansas Lottery. Download the Play On app and dream bigger. The Halftime Show begins now.
Welcome back to the Big 12 tournament here in Kansas City as the Jayhawks lead the Central Florida Knights 40-37. Take a look at some of the numbers. UCF shoots 15 of 34, led in scoring by their leading scorer, Keyshawn Hall, 5 of 8 from the field, 14 points, 5 boards. Got to do a better job in limiting his looks. Darius Johnson also having a nice game, 4 of 10 from the field, 9 points. Look at the Jayhawks. 4 different Jayhawks have 4 field goals. KJ 4 of 6, Zeke 4 of 6, and AJ 4 of 5. So got to get more out of Hunter Dickinson, but love that the guards are stepping up their game. Zeke was early, AJ was late. Didn't get anything from Ryland, but he did some nice things on the defensive end. We're going to pick our player of the half, and I'm going to go with AJ Storr. AJ Storr struggled for the bulk of the season, but man, it's a fresh season. You're here in Kansas City, postseason, Mr. March, whatever you want to call him. AJ, in 9 minutes and 16 seconds, is 4 of 5, made 1 3, had 9 points, had an assist, just positive minutes, had the nice dish down to Hunter. So really excited about the play of AJ Storr. Other guys need to step up as well. So 40-37 is your score. We'll be right back on the Halftime Show with a recap and highlights from the first half. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Ma, is this how you feed a hamster?
I think so.
Is my homework right?
I think so.
Is this milk still good?
I think so.
When it comes to parenting, sometimes it's okay to think you know. But when it's something as important as your child's car seat, don't just think. Know. Double check if your child is in the right seat for their age and size. It'll help protect them in a car crash. Don't just think. Know by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't
friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Kansas City. Kansas leads at the half 40-37 on UCF. This is the fourth and final game of day 2 here at the Big 12 tournament. Brought to you by Phillips 66, and Kansas trying to hold serve as the higher seed. We did have one upset earlier today. Colorado taking down West Virginia 67-60. The Buffs, a couple of wins already this week in their return to the Big 12 conference. Iowa State, they did what they're supposed to do, knocked off Cincinnati by 20, and Baylor beat Kansas State 70-56. Time for our first half recap, brought to you by Bud Light, a proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. KU got it going early with a personal 8-0 run from Zeke Mayo. Let's hear all 3 clips in succession. Zeke putting his stamp on this one right out the gates. UCF in the road black unis. Mayo rolls off the screen and drains a 3. He picks up where he left off on Saturday with another 3-ball. Can Mayo get another 3? You bet he can. Zeke Mayo, guns a-blazing out the gates. Here's Mayo, a little runner on the move. Buried. Zeke Mayo on fire, and a timeout taken by Johnny Dawkins. 11 total first half points for Zeke Mayo, but 8 right out the gate. Then KJ Adams got it going with a nice little jumper to put KU up 6. Pass ahead to KJ, a jump stop in the lane. Jump hook is good. KJ Adams hits his first shot attempt. The rest of the team outside of Zeke had been 0 for 4. And that really opened things up for Kansas offensively. Over the next 4 minutes, 4 other Jayhawks would hit their first bucket, and 8 minutes in, 6 different Hawks had scored. But UCF never went away. They got 14 points out of Keyshawn Hall, the top scorer in the Big 12 this year. And, of course, 9 out of Darius Johnson, who we told you has had 5 consecutive games of 20-plus points. A.J. Storr might be the biggest bright spot of the first half for Kansas, just based on what your recent production had been, what your realistic expectation probably was. His 9 points were a major story. Let's hear at least one of those buckets, starting with a layup to put the Hawks up 6. AJ in the paint to the cup, left hand layup, good. Now that's the AJ Storr KU's hoping to see. Let's skip ahead. Later in the half, it was tied at 22, and Zeke Mayo did what Zeke does best. Harris goes between his legs, right side, gets baseline, kicks out. Zeke wants a 3. He'll get a 3. Zeke Mayo from the left side, and KU goes up 3. Mayo 3 of 4 from beyond the arc in the first half, and we close it down with A.J. Storr. He hit a triple as well. Dewan up the floor, dribbled it off his foot, but corrals it in the corner, and KU will keep. A.J. wide open for 3, launched and hits. A.J. Storr having a major half for Kansas. The Jayhawks go up 7, and he's got 9. 40-37 at the break. More of our halftime show next on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Smoke is black. I want my baby back. The sauce is red. I want my family fed. Oh, it
hickory smoked baby back ribs to mac and cheese, peach cobbler, all the great sides, check out Big's Barbecue in Lawrence on Iowa Street.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Wrap the half with Kansas leading 40-37. Both teams shot 44% of the first half. Jayhawks were led by Mayo's 11. UCF led by Hall's 14. The second half comes your way next on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Kansas leading by 3 as we get set to start the second half. Greg Gurley moments ago caught up with Jeremy Case.
Here with Jeremy Case. Hall really hurt us in the first half. What can we do to slow him down?
Yeah, I think we're going to try to get KJ on him more. I think he scored most of his points when KJ wasn't guarding him. And we got to force him right as far as left because he's stronger going left.
What was the message at half?
Our energy's low. We got to play with more energy and we got to be smarter defensively. I think we can get anything we want offensively, but we just got to be able to guard our man.
All right, thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, thanks.
40-37 Kansas as we start the second half. KU has the ball. They'll attack from right to left. They feed it inside to Dickinson, who was just 1 of 5 in the first half. Through the paint, kicks to Rilo. Griffin pulls up from 15. In and out, no good. Rebound, UCF. And Chiem. Here come the Knights with a chance to possibly tie it up.
Yeah, there's going to be opportunities there when you get the ball to Hunter. They're double teaming, so somebody's going to be open. But
Hall for the tie is good over KJ.
Yeah, KJ just fell asleep a little bit there and allowed the best shooter on the floor right now an open look.
Adams was supposed to be the answer on Hall. Here's Ryland driving inside, dumps down to Hunt. Left-hand layup misses. He tried to collect the rebound with one hand, and it's knocked out of bounds by UCF. And thankfully, will stay with Kansas in a 40-all tie, and Hunt right now just can't throw it in the ocean. This looks like the version we saw in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, not the start you wanted here in the first 47 seconds.
40-all the score. Harris on the right wing collects a pass there. Now they reverse it left side. They'll feed it underneath the Hunt. Turns, shoots. This time it's good. Hit the bridge, the backboard, and through. 2 more for Big Hunt.
Yeah, kind of got lucky there. Got the kind bounce because it hit the back of the rim and the side, and maybe that could get him going.
42-40. Kansas. Hall crosses over, steps back, misses on a 17-footer. Rebound Zeke Mayo of KU.
Yeah, that time they made him put it on the floor.
Harris drives inside, hands off to KJ. He's hit, shot misses, but free throws coming as KJ was pushed from behind on a floating 7-footer. A couple of free throws here for KJ Adams, whose numbers are on the climb, back up to 75% after that 9 of 10 free throw line in Houston, and already 1 for 1 today. 3 dribbles with the right hand, spins it in the left, bends at the knees, and missed it short. Not enough legs underneath that one from the guy with the biggest calves on the team. 2-point KU lead, 18:34 to play. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for KJ. Can he get to 10? Not here. He missed them both. You hate that on multiple levels. His confidence had been trending upward of late from the free throw line. 42-40, KU leads, but UCF with the ball. Johnson gets a screen. Harris gets back on him. They kick it out and reverse it left side. Ivy Curry trying to get around Dickinson. Off the jam. Swiping down is Hunt. He strips it away, and Zeke's got the carom. Mayo, the full 94 feet. Right-hand layup misses. Rebound Hunt. Right back up and in. What a stick back for the big fella. And KU goes up 4.
He got the steal on one end, ran 94 feet, didn't give up on it. Zeke drew the defense. Hunt's there to clean it up.
Here comes UCF, 44-40 Kansas. Ivy Curry fades, floats, misses. Rebound, Dickinson. Quick outlet up the floor to KJ. Kansas to push. Harris takes a 3. Missed it side iron. And the rebound to UCF.
Yeah, when you got shooters on the floor like Zeke and Ryland. Oh, there's a steal by Hunt.
Another one by Dickinson. Ahead to Harris. Weaves in. Passes low. It's kicked about. He dives and knocks it out of bounds. That's a turnover on Wando, who just threw it at the shins of KJ.
Yeah, bodies everywhere, and it clearly went off at DeJuan. Back-to-back steals by Hunter Dickinson, and able to convert on one, but not that one.
Of course, the last time those two were connecting on a big play, it was the game-sealing alley-oop with 1:22 to go to take down Arizona on Saturday. What a senior day moment between those two. If they keep it coming today, they'll get another crack at Arizona tomorrow night at 8:30. The third-seeded Wildcats await the winner of this one.
You know, not a bad night for Kansas on the turnover department, but do have 6.
44-40, KU leads. UCF with the ball. Keyshawn Hall guarded by KJ. Screen comes. He drives left, cut off by Adams. Has to kick it back out to Johnson now. 17-10 to play. Hawks leading by 4. Johnson, right side. Throws off there toward Mahosky. He'll drive underneath. Little floater put up that rattles around, crawls off. Rebound Dickinson with one hand. Here comes Kansas. Harris sees a gap to drive, gets inside, passes back to KJ. He kicks to Hunt. He takes the 3. He makes a 3. Big Hunt with the triple, and KU goes up 7, all on a 7-0 Dickinson run.
Yeah, just like Zeke to start the game. That time it's Hunt. There's a tough drive on the other end. Kansas gives up the layup, but Hunter Dickinson came to play here in the second.
Darius Johnson on that tough drive that Greg just described. 47-42 Kansas. Harris, a floater. Buried. Straight butter for Wando from 6 feet straight on.
Yeah, he just kind of weaved through that defense, and they left him. That's his shot. Here's another steal.
Tip and a steal. Griffin got a hand in the cookie jar. Up the floor, Zeke. Fakes on a 3. Kicks to Griffin, who lost the handle. Gets it back, and then a reach from behind on Williams. And a foul on UCF.
Kansas in transition, kind of sloppy a little bit, able to finally corral it and draw the foul, but like the defense, that's now 3 steals by Kansas Jayhawks, 2 by Hunter, that time by Ryland. So this UCF team will turn the ball over.
Diggy comes in for Harris, not Griffin. Is that a minutes managing situation there? Here's Mayo, hooks a pass to KJ. Hunter, they try to feed it into a triple team. Bill Self loses his mind as Ryland threw it away up the floor, and a foul on Kansas as Mahosky hits the deck.
You said it best. Quarterback throwing it into triple coverage right there. Ryland Griffin, if there's 3 guys around Hunter, somebody's got to be open.
Okay, how do we on radio describe Bill's reaction? He put both hands straight forward in the air, like above his head, and then threw them violently downward, all the way down to his knees, with a oh my and something else after that.
Like, what are you doing? Yeah, again, if there's 3 guys in the lane, somebody on the wing is open, and that turned into a foul on the other end.
I mean, you got 6 arms you're trying to feed that ball through with 3 players all in a triangle around Hunt.
Yeah, KJ with the foul on the other end. Second half action is brought to you by Meritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics, proudly serving Jayhawk fans and the Lawrence community, federally insured by the NCAA.
49-42 Kansas, 15:48 to play here in Kansas City. The winner moves on to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Not used to staying Kansas in a pre-quarterfinal game, but that's where they sit this year, the 6th seed for a 2nd consecutive year. Hawks by 7, though, on UCF. It's the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
The tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
This is Kansas Insurance Commissioner Vicki Schmidt. Success on game day starts with doing your homework. Investing is no different. That's why you should visit smartinvestks.com, an investor empowerment initiative from the Kansas Insurance Department. Whether you are just coming off the bench or are a seasoned pro, smartinvestks.com is here to coach you on how to avoid investment fraud by chalking up the offensive and defensive X's and O's. Have a game plan before you invest. Visit smartinvestks.com. That's smartinvestks.com.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Hi, this is Jeff Gildner from the 1988 National Championship Team, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk Basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
15:48 to play, Kansas 49, UCF 42. This would be kind of that juncture where if there is any fatigue factor that starts to set in for the team playing on a 2nd consecutive late night, maybe this is where Kansas gets its separation. What's Bill Self's message inside the huddle right now for KU?
Well, continue to heat them up defensively. Doing a nice job stealing the ball, getting on the glass. Gave up that early 3 to Hall, but that's about it. So just got to do a good job against him. Make the other guys beat you, because Hall has shown when he's open, he's going to hurt you. So you look around the rest of the team. Johnson, he's 5'11", but nobody else.
Mahosky at the line, hits the first free throw. The German import from Berlin on the season, a 60, make it 81% foul shooter, 17 of 21.
The 2 games against Kansas played a total of about 7 minutes. Didn't really see much time, but gets the start here tonight.
Hits them both by hitting the front iron, the backboard, and down.
Looks like a zone again, but they show that matchup zone and they come back in to a man.
49-44 Kansas. Diggy off the screen, finds Hunt. He wants a second three. He gets it again. Another triple for Big Hunt.
Yeah, keep shooting it if they're going to give it to you.
Here's a lob on the other end, and Chiem a slam. Dickinson came on the help defense, and they threw over the big fella. Chiem with the dunk on the alley-oop, back to a 6-point KU lead. Zeke takes a three. He makes a three. Zeke Mayo, a fourth trifecta tonight.
Unselfish play by A.J. Storr. I think a month ago he would have taken that shot. The defender came up. There's another quick hitter on the other end. Boy, Ivy Curry got behind Diggy Coit, but luckily for Kansas, they're making threes on the other end.
Rough couple of games for Diggy. It was 0 for 3 on Saturday, 0 for 2 today. Fakes here. Zeke wants a fifth three. In and out, no good, and he claps his hands in frustration. He had been 4 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, really good look that time. Just shorted it just a bit. Would have been the third three in a row.
Hawks down, up 7 here. There's a misfire in the corner from Mahosky. Rebound underneath goes to Dickinson. Down the right sideline, quickly sprints Zeke Mayo, who was cut off momentarily by Darius Johnson. So he curls out and sets it up. AJ looking to drive, spins backwards toward Hunter, hooks a pass in the corner. Diggy dials up a three and delivers. David Diggy Coit with the corner pocket three ball, and KU's lead is 10. Its biggest. Timeout, Johnny Dawkins.
5 possessions, 4 threes. Zeke with the one miss. What a pass by Hunter Dickinson from the left wing. Kind of a left-handed, one-armed hook pass. Delivered perfectly to the fading Diggy Coit in the corner. And Kansas on top by 10. Getting it all done beyond the arc. 4 of 6 behind the arc this half.
When KU first recruited Dickinson a couple of years ago, we heard about what a great big man passer he was, excellent floor vision. But I'm seeing even in the last 3 weeks, Greg, more of these long outlet passes, long skips, him flinging it from the hip 40 feet across the floor on a dime. It's almost like he feels like he's got more in his bag of tricks. He waited this long to unveil.
He's kind of trying to be like Kevin Love. Kevin Love is one of the best outlet passers the NBA has ever seen. He can make a chest pass 80 feet. Hunter's kind of trying to do that a little bit, but that last pass, you don't realize how hard that is. To a moving target about 40 feet away, Diggy fade to the corner, hit him right in stride, he knocks it down, and Johnny Dawkins with the timeout.
Just his second assist, but he's made plenty more passes that could have been buckets. A couple of KJ inside. He's really been distributing it well here tonight. Bud Light's a proud sponsor of Kansas Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. 58-48 Kansas, 13:58 to play on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self. Here at Kansas Athletics, we know success isn't accomplished alone. It's all about the team. That's why we are proud to team up with Ameritrust Credit Union, the official financial well-being partner of Kansas Athletics. Team Ameritrust knows that every play matters and every moment leads to a winning game plan. They have the resources you need to save, spend, borrow, and plan along your financial journey. Stop by a Ameritrust location today or visit ameritrustcu.org. Together, it's a win. Rock Chalk.
They say tomorrow is always coming, but never arrives. It's always just beyond today. Not true when it comes to internet. Tomorrow's technology is already here. We'll need solutions that are even faster, smarter, and more secure. So let's go. Let's go to a place where Midco Internet connects you to all the possibilities of tomorrow. That's where we're going today. Midco. Let's go beyond.
Smoking black. I want my baby back. The sauce is red. I want my family bed. Oh, what can I do? I slam up baby back. Big barbecue.
From hickory smoked baby back ribs to mac and cheese, peach cobbler, all the great sides, check out Big's Barbecue in Lawrence on Iowa Street.
13:58 to play. Kansas has opened up a 10-point lead, their biggest, and UCF trying to fight to keep their season alive. Called timeout there. What do you suppose Johnny Dawkins is telling his troops here that right now are up against it?
I think it's pretty simple. Find the shooters. I mean, that's where Kansas has built out this lead from beyond the arc. UCF has gotten a couple layups after Kansas has hit those threes, but right now they're struggling defensively, and that's what we talked about in the open, is that this is a team that can give up some points.
Including 99 versus Kansas back on January 5th. Shot clock inside of 10 seconds. Ivy Curry's got to hurry. Tries a three over AJ that was partially blocked. They try to save it from going out of bounds and throw it right to KJ. KU will take over. Adams in traffic. Kicks in the corner. AJ for three. Bullseye!
Why not?
AJ Storr does it again. He's got a dozen.
KJ finding the shooters once again in transition when the defense is scrambled.
Up the floor, Chiem, stripped down low by Storr. A foul on AJ. Will halt play, but Kansas now up 13. And AJ with his best game since Fort Worth. He is 5 of 6, Greg.
Yeah, he's been great. How are they calling this a shooting foul?
Yeah, I thought it was on the catch that he was stripped. 13-14 to go. KU by a baker's dozen. And Chiem to the free throw line where he shoots him at 70%. He reclassified and immediately became the number 6 center in his class. Free throw good. Turned in a nice year. 10 points, 6 rebounds for the 7'2" freshman out of Senegal. One more coming. First 5-star in program history. Misses it. Rebound, DeJuan Harris of KU. Hawks to bring it up the floor from right to left, leading at 61-49. Harris gets a screen from KJ, out to Hunt, back to DeJuan, fakes on a three, goes between his legs, kicks out toward Diggy with 10 on the clock. Coit to Storr in the corner, back to Hunt. Can he get a third three? No, it was halfway down and spun out. Rebound UCF and Coleman. 61-49 Kansas. Jayhawks finally with some breathing room. Chiem from 16 feet right baseline misses. Rebound, Hunter Dickinson of Kansas. Here's a lob. KJ, a little too tall on the alley-oop feed from AJ. And the AJ to KJ connection doesn't come through. Rebound Knights. By the way, Hunter Dickinson now has another double-double, 6 in his last 7 games. Here's a banker on the run that falls for Darius Johnson, and it's back to a 10-point KU lead.
Yeah, he avoided the charge and able to get it off the glass.
Coit off-balance three, missed short. KJ fighting for the board was punched in the pec area by Coleman, and a foul on UCF.
Yeah, goes for the ball right there. KJ just wanted it more, so gets his team a dead ball rebound and another possession as Flory Badunga will check in for Hunter and Zeke Mayo in for Diggy. So get some rest for Hunter. The strategic benching there with 12:04 on the clock.
Hunter with now 32 double-doubles as a Jayhawk, tying Thomas Robinson for 9th in a career. T-Rob has the single-season double-doubles record. Here's KJ driving, had it altered, partially blocked. It misses off the backboard. Rebound UCF. Hall up the floor. Right-hand finger roll. Good.
Got to stop the ball. Way too easy right there after the block on one end. Nobody challenges Hall at the rim.
They cut it to 8. Do the Knights. 61-53. Harris, head of the circle, gets a screen from Adams, thought about a three, then thought better of it, and kicks off to Zeke on the wing. 10 to shoot. Mayo double teamed in the corner. They kick it out. AJ fakes on a three. Now he pulls. Now he hits. The AJ Storr game is upon us. 15 for Storr.
Nothing going that possession, and AJ just made a play after UCF had cut it to 8.
Chiem, a deep three is drilled. He has the answer on the other end. He shakes his head running down the floor.
How important was that three by AJ? That would have cut it to 5.
No kidding. 64-56 Kansas. 10:50 to go. Harris, trap comes in the corner. Out to Bidunga, who hands it right back. Dewan through the paint, turns, kicks back to KJ, muscles up, misses. Rebound, Knights. Got to hit those. Here come the Knights down the heart of the floor. Trailing by 8. Debo Coleman for 3. Good. They cut it to 5. Timeout, Bill Self. This hot shooting Knights team that averages 79 a game is not going to go quietly into the Knights. They're going to go down firing, and right now the free ball is getting them right back in it.
Yeah, Kansas' largest lead at 13, but back-to-back threes by Chim and layup by Johnson. Right back in this ball game with 10:30 to go. Listen up, Jayhawk fans. On game days, stop by Wendy's and buy one Baconator. You get a second Baconator for just $1. Let's all cheer for bacon big plays all season long. Wendy's, the official hamburger of Kansas Athletics.
KU's hit 10 threes, which you would love to bottle up for the month of March and get on a regular basis. But UCF hit back-to-back threes to go on a 6-0 run. They are now 8 of 20 from downtown. It's just a 5-point KU lead. 64-59 Kansas. 10:30 to play on the Equity Bank Jayhawk Sports Network from Learfield.
Behind my desk in the hospital is a wall of cards, letters, and thank you notes. They're from our patients, their children, their families, expressing thanks for how we've helped them. Every note we get goes right up on that wall. And it doesn't happen often, but whenever I need a reminder that what we do is making a difference for people, I look back at that wall. And immediately, I'm inspired to continue doing all I can.
The University of Kansas Health System. Why would you go anywhere else?
Hey Jayhawk fans, it's Coach Self, introducing a fresh new way to save with your Dillon's points. Now you can choose between saving on fuel or saving on your next purchase with new rewards cash. You'll still earn points every time you shop at Dillon's. When you're ready to redeem your points, you can choose to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump or redeem your points to save on your next purchase. See the Dillon's website for more details. Your points, your choice. Dillon's, fresh for everyone.
Where are you going, and how fast do you want to get there? Whatever you have planned for your future, Midco is here to help make it a reality with fiber internet. Plug into the Midco fiber network that is designed to deliver an ultra-fast, ultra-smooth, and ultra-reliable experience, giving you the freedom to work, stream, and download without the worry or the buffering. Go further, go faster, go beyond. Midco, let's go.
Hey Jayhawk fans, this is Greg Ostertag, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
64-59, Kansas lead cut to 5. Jayhawks have led by as many as 13, but it's currently a 6-0 night run. Three ball on back-to-back trips down the floor has pulled UCF to within 5.
Yeah, Hall hadn't had much going this half. Hit that early three and had a layup, but it's been the other guys. Chim has done a nice job, and then Coleman off the bench. Didn't see him scratch in the first half, but it makes a big shot there.
Nearing the top of the hour. Thanks for staying up late with us tonight. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball. (64-59) Kansas. Good crowd. Hasn't been electric necessarily.
It got going there when Kansas went on that three-point barrage, but UCF has just sucked the air right out of this building. Probably not, 100 UCF fans. That might be a stretch.
Yep, rounding up to the nearest 100.
Yes.
64-59. Good KU crowd, certainly, but this place really gets rocking when you get to the Friday, Saturday rounds. You got Iowa State, Kansas, or something like that, where two big fan bases are both helping fill the building. Harris, a screen at the top from Flory, tries a hook pass in the direction of Dickinson, but a hold inside on UCF. Ray Natilli on the whistle.
Yeah, they were trying to get that little duck-in move on the right block, and Flory was kind of clogging up the lane, but Got the foul called on UCF. That's 4 team fouls on the Knights.
Third personal on Coleman. KU trying to play it in from behind the basket. A lob broken up. Another turnover on DeWan. Here's a tip and a steal by Flory, though. KU's got it. Storr fakes out a 3. He'll drive, scoop, miss. Rebound Bidunga. Lost the handle. A scrum for the ball. And then out of bounds off of UCF.
Wow, what a wild possession. Thought they were going to get it. They got the steal on the previous possession. Flory gets the steal right back, and then thought we fumbled it away, but they'll keep it under their own basket.
Not a great game for DeJuan Harris tonight. 2 of 7, 3 turnovers. At times he's just looked a little bit out of sorts. Thankfully, A.J. Storr having the game of his Jayhawk career.
You know, the last out-of-bounds play where they got it tipped, there's a lot of hands in there. Very active UCF.
Get it into Dickinson. Mayo travels. He caught and kind of hesitated, and there was a stutter step in that moment of indecisiveness.
He caught and gathered as to go up for a shot, but once he didn't shoot it, took that extra step, and after we turned it over, got it back, turned it over again. So
64-59. KU once up 13 is clinging to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, here's a tough card for A.J. Storr against Hall.
Hall dribbles in, kicks out. Coleman again for 3. Again, it's good. And we've got a 2-point ball game with 9:40 to play.
Yeah, he just hit one, and Flory completely lost him and got a wide open look.
He had 0 points in 9 minutes last night. Dickinson threw a double team, lost the handle, turns it over. Rebound UCF. They could tie or take the lead. Wide open in the corner for the lead. Good. Buried by Hendricks. Bill Self, disgusted, takes a timeout. UCF just moments ago was down 61-48. That was at the 13:27 mark. Greg, 4 minutes and 7 seconds later, they've got the lead. It's a 17-3 UCF run.
Yeah, and the last 3 possessions offensively for Kansas have been turnovers. Not taking care of the ball, not finding shooters on the other end. And that's how you get down in a game like this. So 9:20 to go. Did not see this one coming. Under 3 minutes and 54 seconds, outscoring Kansas by 14.
So a timeout taken by Bill Self. Each coach with 2 timeouts remaining. 65-64 Knights. Of course, as we all know, they beat Kansas a year ago in Orlando in a stunner, which really was kind of the beginning of the downturn of the season in 2024. KU swept them in the regular season this year and leads the all-time series 2-1. UCF not afraid of the Kansas across the chest or the pro-Kansas crowd one bit. They're giving the Hawks all they want and more here tonight.
Got a ball game. Plenty of time. Get back out, but all the momentum on the side of the Knights. Bill Self with a second timeout in only 3 minutes.
65-64. Kansas trailing. Mayo. Left side finds Harris. Through the paint. Hands off to KJ. Triple team comes. They had a steal, but a late whistle by Natili calls a reach-in foul on the Knights. A 5th team foul. KU maybe bailed out, maybe it was legit, but it was another play where they went into a double or triple team, and those active hands defensively got a deflection. Harris looking to lob it in. Can't find anybody underneath, so he kicks to Mayo in the corner. Shot clock 14 seconds. Ryland uncorks a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound tipped about. UCF's got it.
You're getting nothing out of Ryland right now. He's 0-4 from the field.
Here's Hall breaking down off the bounce, draws a foul on KJ, who claims he was going straight up. That'll be his 3rd. And free throws coming for an 82% foul shooter, as UCF right now gaining confidence with each and every trip down the floor. They could extend their first lead of the game.
Yeah, we've seen it before, down at Baylor where Kansas has the big lead, unable to keep it. Haven't had a lot of big leads, but here's the first free throw to give the Knights a 2-point lead. Hall's already missed a couple, and probably won't see him miss again.
It was 12 of 14 last night was Hall. He hits them both here. Now 4 of 6 from the free throw line tonight.
That run keeps going. Where does Kansas go when they need a bucket?
19-3 now on the run. Hawks with the ball. A lob to Hunt. Deep catch. Hands off KJ. And he rocks that rim with a two-hand thundering dunk. KU down just one, and the crowd starts to awaken.
Yeah, you start the ball in the paint. That's where you want the offense to go. But here's another wide-open three look.
They fake on it, drive inside, and a block by Hunt. Oh, man, he thought he got a clean rejection, but Marcus Pettigrew with a late whistle from behind. There was contact that typically does warrant a whistle, but based on the angle he was coming from, and KU was already sprinting down the floor with the ball, the crowd does not like that call.
Yeah, verticality is supposed to be able to go right up. Taylor initiated the contact, and a late whistle by Marcus Pettigrew.
Of course, it was Pettigrew that blew the call in the Kansas game in Allen Fieldhouse, where Zeke Mayo was raked across the arm in the corner versus Houston, and it was not called. Free throw misses from Taylor, the Memphis transfer, a Chicago native. He's got one more. UCF leads by a point. KU about fell in the lane. He hits the free throw. Rylan Griffin barely avoided a lane violation. 2-point UCF lead. 68-66. Harris backs it out to the head of the circle. Finds Hunt on the elbow. Back to DeJuan. Fakes on a three. Throws too high for KJ. DeJuan, what's going on? A fourth turnover on Harris, who's just looked off the mark all night.
Yeah, really, yeah. Just a simple post feed that time. He just put too much on it. KJ could not gather and did a pretty good job with turnovers until late. That's now 12 for Kansas.
They average 11.5 turnovers a full game. 12 with still 8 minutes to play. But thankfully, UCF gives it right back on a turnover by Johnson that went into the second row. 2-point night lead as we get a timeout on the floor. 7:50 to go. Kansas trying to avoid a Wednesday exit for the second consecutive year. Last year you had a good excuse, right? Nobody was healthy. Hunt was out. McCullough was out. Kind of expected to take your lumps against Cincinnati. This year, they were heavy favorites in this round, but right now trail by 2 with 7:50 to play.
Looking for a job, if you considered a job in the oil and natural gas industry. Currently paying our highest wages in history. Find out more at kansasstrong.com.
68-66 Knights, 7:50 to go on the Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said,
if it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and I dedicate a lot of my time going fast. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time-to-talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
68-66 UCF. The Knights, who at one point looked like they were at a breaking point, down 13. Johnny Dawkins calls a timeout. You felt like Kansas was about to really put the hammer down. Instead, they rattle off a 19-3 run. They lead the Jayhawks by 2 with 7:50 to play. Greg, this is the first time since 1999 that KU has been unranked in the Big 12 tournament. So it's not like everybody was expecting them to look like world beaters today. But many, including Fran Fraschilla, thought this might be the sleeper team in the bracket, which is funny to say about Kansas. But you like the draw on this side of the bracket. You like the confidence they showed on Saturday and some momentum heading in. I don't think many would have forecast down 2 inside of 8 minutes to play.
No, especially the way this second half has gone up to about the 13-minute mark. But now you got yourself a ball game, plenty of time to play. You've shown the ability to get a lead, and now you got to get back in it. It all starts right here. Looks like Coleman's going to be on Hunter Dickinson. Knowing Bill Self, I would imagine this ball is going to get to Hunter at some point.
Harris to bring it up the floor. Coming off his 4th turnover moments ago. Got to find a way to lock in for DeJuan. They feed it into Hunt. Skips the pass to Ryland. He's looking to drive, and a push called by Marcus Pettigrew in the direction of J.J. Taylor.
That looks like a makeup call. There really wasn't much there. Bill Self probably wanted him to turn the corner and get all the way to the rim.
Exactly. Instead, it's the 6th team foul on UCF, 1 shy of the bonus.
Kansas only been to the free throw line 5 times today, making 2.
Griffin fakes on a 3. He'll drive instead. Inside Hunt, and a 2-hand rim rockin' jam. Big Hunt has this game tied with 7:20 to play.
All started with the penetration by Ryland. Griffin drew the defense. Much needed bucket.
KJ trying to guard Hall out front. Hall, push pass right side Johnson, high arcing 3. Buried. Just like that, a dagger from Darius. Darius Johnson puts the Knights up 3.
Yeah, 2 open that time, but like you said, a rainbow 3.
Inside Dickinson. Throws it away. His arm might have got hit as he threw it, but he was trying another one of those long kickouts. Johnson on the steal. Here's a transition 3 that misses from Coleman. Zeke's got the rebound. 3-on-2. Mayo inside. Hit hard. Lands awkwardly.
They're going to look at this one. They think that Johnson might. It's going to be 2 shots.
He's acting like he got poked in the right eye.
And the official, Nixon, said, we're going to look at this right away. So regardless, Zeke Mayo will have a couple. Will Kansas retain possession is the question.
71-68 UCF. Just as soon as Dickinson tied it on the dunk, Darius Johnson, a 41% three-point shooter, had that high arcing, comes down wet count of 3. KU after a stop got Mayo on the run, and a hard hit up top is what they're looking at.
I just saw the replay. Man, he really swung on him and got him good. And it did not appear that he was going for the ball. So just watching this on my phone, but the officials got the use of slowing it down, so we shall see.
Marcus Pettigrew and Gregory Nixon took the initial look. Now Raina Tilley comes in, and they'll huddle up as a trio here and make a decision. This play under review is brought to you by the University of Kansas Health System, the official health care provider of Kansas Athletics, together with LMH Health.
After review, the play has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 for excessive contact to the opponent's head.
That's right.
You called it, partner.
Flagrant 1, so Zeke will get a couple free throws. Kansas will keep it. Had the missed 3 on one end. Zeke got the ball on the block and got all the way to the other end, initiated offense. And
so he's going to have to shoot some free throws all by his lonesome here. He's still kind of blinking that right eye, and it's very rare, very red, I should say, underneath the eye where he was poked. How tough is this when you're all by yourself? Free throw, good.
It's difficult. You know, it's just not what you're used to, but a great shooter like Zeke Mayo shouldn't have a problem with it.
Did you ever have situations like that during your Kansas career?
I did. Coach Williams would put me in if I was on the bench and let me shoot technical free throws. And so Hey, figure it out if you want to be asked back.
Exactly. If you're just locking in on the rim and your mechanics, you don't look to your right or to your left. Forget about the fact that you're all by yourself. Both free throws good. They get it into Hunt. Jump hook good. What a sequence. A 4-point possession, and KU goes up 1.
Yeah, you had the turnover by Hunt. They had an open look for 3, missed it, and that turned into a 4-point possession for Kansas. They're back on top.
KJ so fired up right now, screaming let's go in the face of Hall. He wants that one-on-one matchup. Taylor in the corner, a fading 3, misses. Rebound Dickinson, tipped about. AJ Storr's got it. Storr to Zeke, to the cup. Oh, it should have been goaltending. They miss a goaltending call. Up the floor, Hall for the lead. Misses, and DeJuan Harris has the rebound. Ahead to KJ. Here he goes. Down it goes. A 2-hand monster jam. KJ Adams as 17,000 erupt.
How about that swing? Hall had a look. UCF's going to get a timeout. A 6-0 run in the last 45 seconds puts Kansas back on top by 3.
Boy, that could have been a huge swing on what looked like a blown call on a goaltend, and then a Keyshawn Hall 3-point attempt on the other side. But
I just watched the replay. I don't think it was a goaltend, but Hall got the 3, and then on the comeback, they just had all 5 guys inside the lane that allowed KJ the dunk.
To the naked eye, about 17,000 of us thought it was live, but on the replay, what did you see?
It looked quick. It looked like a clean block. Again, I'm watching it on my phone. There wasn't a whole lot there, but regardless, you defend on the other end. Hall misses, and they bail out for the offensive rebound that allowed the dunk. So a big turn of events back when the flagrant foul was called. Zeke gets a couple free throws, Hunt gets a bucket, and then the dunk by KJ. So got to continue to get stops and build on this lead.
74-71, Kansas in front, 5:47 to go. The boos you hear because they were showing the UCF band on the Jumbotron, and KU fans didn't like that for some reason. 5:42 to go. KJ nearly with a steal. Recovers to try to get back in front of Hall. Hall backing his way down. Spins on KJ. Blocked from behind by Adams. What a recovery from behind by KJ.
It sure looked like he was going to get a layup or a foul, but he cleanly blocks it. Big time stop by KJ Adams.
Hawks by 3 with 5:20 to go. Harris dials up a 3. Misses. He's 2 of 8. Rebound UCF. Good look. He was wide open, but maybe wide open for a reason. Hall backing his way down on Adams. All kinds of physical play. They're letting him play through, and he kicks it out to Johnson. 5 minutes to play. Johnson, a driving layup is good. Took it past DeJuan and cuts this to a 1-point KU lead. 74-73 Kansas.
Daring Hunter to shoot.
He's hit 2 threes today.
They're going to dare DeJuan to shoot as well.
Kick it out to Storr. Shot clock showing 13. Mayo, a screen from Hunt. Steps back on a 3. Got it! Zeke Mayo, a 5th 3-pointer tonight, and KU goes up 4. Oh, baby, what a clutch shot for Zeke.
Zeke Mayo, those shot maker right there. A little James Harden step back. Finished right the way he started the game. Going to get a foul on Hunter, but that'll be the 5th team foul for Kansas. Will not send Hall to the line.
KJ stumbled and fell. Hunter stepped in on the help defense, and pretty ticky-tack, but a foul on Dickinson nonetheless.
The way March basketball works is you got to have your Zeke Mayos and your AJ Storrs, that when the clock gets under 10, who's going to be creative and make a shot? Who's going to step up? Tonight it's been Zeke Mayo.
And it's what Kansas severely lacked a year ago, which is why they went out and got these guys. They just haven't been as consistent as they would have hoped, but you can change that narrative in the month that matters most. Here's a hand check on Harris, who is with Johnson bounce for bounce, but Blond picks up the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
Well, an interesting time to start calling hand checks. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go now. The next foul will be the bonus.
Yeah, the previous possession looked like the Oklahoma drill in football. Here's a slap down by Harris that knocks it out clean, out of bounds off of Harris.
Yeah, Johnson thought he had another lane to the basket, but DeJuan from behind able to get his quick hands in there.
77-73 Kansas, 4:03 to go. Each coach with one remaining timeout. Chiem has it out front, hands off to Johnson. He's been special again tonight, 18 points. Inside Chiem, jump hook misses. Rebound tap to the corner, saved by Hall. He tries a three, drilled it over KJ, and they cut it to one on another clutch three from Hall.
Yeah, you force the miss, but a long rebound. AJ's not able to corral it, and Hall makes him pay.
Again, if he can get set up and square, he's lethal. Inside Hunt through a double team. Misses. Rebound UCF. He thought he was fouled. No whistle. And Hunt, who's got a double-double tonight, 17-10.
Well, that's where, they call the hand checks and they don't call something like that.
Oh. Now they call a foul on Harris as Johnson tried to split two defenders. And DeJuan just sent a really good free throw shooter to the line to possibly take the lead. Johnson also, if he hits the free throws, will have a sixth consecutive 20-plus point game. He's an 81% foul shooter, and he'll have a 1-and-1 when we come back.
Well, you have the 4-point lead, you force the miss, and then they get a scrambled three by Hall.
77-76. What would... we don't even want to think about a loss, but they just climbed up to the 6th seed line at the start of the week, the lowest of the 6 seeds. Joe Lunardi saying 24th overall in the country in his bracketology. You could ill afford a first-round exit here. Technically a day 2 exit, but KU's first game. They got to find a way to stay on top when we come back. 3:16 to go. Kansas 77, UCF 76 with free throws pending for the Knights on the Equity Bank Jayhawks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hello, Kansas. Looks like we're in for another heat wave this season with a forecasted high of up to $300,000. That's right. The Kansas Lottery is bringing the heat with the Hot Sevens family of tickets rolling across our state. You could instantly win up to $300,000. Plus, there's even a chance at up to $20,000 in the second chance drawing through Play On. Talk about a scorcher. Don't forget your oven mitts when you head out today. See kslottery.com for details.
Do you have a reason to smile? If you have healthy teeth, you definitely do. And if you're covered by Delta Dental of Kansas, you have another reason to smile. Delta Dental of Kansas has many fabulous dental insurance coverage plans with a range of options to fit your life. You decide what you need. The whole process is so super easy. Plus, Delta Dental has the largest network of dentists in the entire nation. Yep, another reason to smile. Go to deltadentalks.com and click on Shop for Insurance to get started.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What up, Jayhawks? It's your boy Aaron Miles, the all-time assist leader, and you're listening to Kansas Jayhawk basketball on the Jayhawk Sports Network.
77-76. Kansas clinging to a 1-point lead, but Darius Johnson is about to go to the free throw line after back-to-back whistles against DeJuan Harris. And with this, if he hits them both, they'll be back in front. This was a dangerous draw for Kansas. I don't care about a 7-13 league record. Bill Self said at the pregame, this might be the most lethal trio of scorers as a group in the league between Johnson, Hall, and Ivy Curry.
Yeah, and I just talked about it. What does March mean? It's guard play.
Totally.
And those three guys can score the basketball from anywhere on the floor, and they've gotten good contributions from Chiem and Coleman and a couple guys off the bench when Hall kind of went cold in the middle when Kansas took him out of the game. And we haven't been able to get those role players off the stat sheet.
Free throw good, a pure swish. He's now got 19. He hits this next one. It's his 6th consecutive game of 20-plus points for Darius Johnson out of Boyd's, Maryland. Senior guard. High arcing shot, good. UCF in front with 3:16 to go. 78-77 Knights. Harris to walk it up the floor. Screen comes from KJ. DeJuan Dribbles out top, throws off to Adams. Head of the circle. Hands back to Zeke. Mayo picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Off to Adams, back to Zeke. Fakes on a three. Drives inside. Hit hard. And it was going to be a layup for KJ. But instead they called a foul first, and Zeke Mayo will get free throws. I'm going to say 1-1 as he was not going up yet, despite the pleading of Hunter Dickinson on behalf of Zeke. Got to hit this front end here. Johnson just did on the other end for UCF. Can Zeke Mayo be just as clutch for Kansas?
Looks like there's a little blood on KJ's right leg, so that'll go to ice your own shooter when they do that. Billy Cowgill will get out the special sauce.
Well, you hate to see that for Zeke because he's been in a groove tonight. You don't want to ice your shooter, as he's been 5 of 8 from downtown. 5 of 7 actually, which is identical to the line he had versus Arizona. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 19 total points for Mayo, coming off 20 on his senior day. Hall and Johnson are talking to Zeke right now in a playful way. Spirited conversation, and if anything, maybe that takes his mind off the free throws here. They were laughing about something. Now Hall saying you're going to airball it. He's trying to get in his head. Free throw from Zeke is good. That's clutch. Ties the game at 78-all with 2:56 to go. One more coming for Mayo, who's now got 20 in back-to-back games.
Bill Self playing the numbers as A.J. Storr in here sub 3 minutes ago. Ryan Griffin with an off night. And A.J. has had the hot hand.
Both free throws good. KU back in front. Now keep in mind, Storr had only been averaging 6 minutes a game over the last 4 coming in. But he's been so important here tonight. 15 points in 20 minutes. Hall with the ball. KJ trying to stay in front. Hall goes behind his back, leans in wildly, lost the handle but gets it back. Hall then dribbles off his foot. What a defensive stand for KJ Adams.
Yeah, just like he's doing it against Cooper Flagg. He's playing flag rules against Hall. Made him dribble it right off his foot after the challenge. He gets it back. Turnover, Central Florida. Kansas on top with the ball.
KJ is fired up. You gotta love it. Adams collects a pass at the top. KU clinging to a 1-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play. Each possession magnified here. Dickinson kicks out to Mayo. Screen comes. Zeke stumbles to the ground, but he's fouled. Johnson hit him from behind. And a 9th foul on UCF means another front end of a 1-and-1 coming for KU's best free throw shooter.
Yeah, Zeke just kind of weaving through that lane, got his defender on the back. They tangled up feet. When he goes down, obvious call. Just hit a couple on the last possession. Need these to make this a 3-point game.
82% on the season, 4 for 4 today. It's good, a pure swish. What a game for Zeke Mayo. Big question was, could he take his hot shooting on the road? The regular season, that wasn't the case. Here on a neutral floor, though, today, 5 of 7 from 3, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 6 of 11 overall. Both free throws good. Zeke Mayo, clutch. KU up 3 with 2:15 to play, and the building on its feet, 17,000 strong, clapping and chanting with 2:05 to go. Adams guarding Hall out top. Hall hands off to Johnson. Both players with big lines tonight, north of 20. Johnson inside. A drive and a foul is called. Harris was trying to stay in front of him, but the foul goes on to 1. It's his 4th.
And once again, it's Marcus Pettigrew with the call late. He's been that guy all year.
Harris with 3 fouls in the last 5 minutes. That's been a tough guard for DeJuan tonight, and staying in front of the very quick Darius Johnson. First free throw is good. If he hits them both, he can cut it to a 1-point game. Again, he's an 81% foul shooter, and Johnson tonight now with 21 points. Second free throw, also good. Both pure swishes. 1-point KU lead, 1:54 to play. Can Kansas survive and advance despite 46 combined points for Hall and Johnson? 81-80. KJ at the free throw line, looking to drive. Double team comes. They get a hand in. He kicks it out. 13 on the clock. Mayo gets a screen, being pestered. Steps back inside Hunt. Left-hand shot misses. KJ keeps it alive. His tap out saved by Harris. Another Adams tap out bails out Kansas. A fresh 20 seconds to work with. Mayo. Deep lob for KJ. Tough pass. Great catch with one hand. 5 to shoot. He spins and stumbles and bailed out on a foul. Some huge free throws coming up for KJ. And thankfully, that's the 10th foul. Double bonus time. And is it going to be the 5th on Darius Johnson?
That's a big call right there. It will be one of their best free throw shooters. That is his 5th.
KJ walks all the way over by us, kind of wiping off his sweaty hands on his shorts, and then walks all the way across the floor to the Kansas huddle.
When Hunter missed that, I thought KJ tipped it too far, but DeJuan was there to collect it, run a little more time. Johnson got matched up on KJ, so he went to that. Almost steps out of bounds, but clearly a foul on Johnson, and they're going to have to go to their bench.
So they lose their second leading scorer. We're not cheering for overtime, certainly, because KU's up 1 with free throws here, but you'd like your chances now, given the loss of Darius Johnson, who's been on an absolute heater the last 3 weeks.
KJ, earlier in the half, missed 2 free throws. He's 1 of 3 on the night. He had an and 1 in the first half, so like Brian said, double bonus here for a guy that just last week made 9 out of 10 on the road.
He shot 75% of the regular season. Free throw good, and that 75% is, I think, something we can point to in future years as an example of improvement by the end of the story, because for the first 3 years his story was 60%,
right,
61 at best. He upped it by 14 percentage points, and he hits them both here. It rattled home on a flat rock second attempt,
and he deserved it. He got the tip out, made the free throws, got the stop a couple possessions ago. Minute 5 to go, big time possession here, you get a stop.
And now he's smiling and bobbing his head like a kid on Christmas morning. He's fired up, and he wants this matchup on Hall. Hall off a screen, gets separation for the tie. It misses. Rebound Chiem, though, they will keep. UCF flings inside, out of bounds, off of the Knights.
Nobody touched it.
It's KU ball. Store on the defensive contest. Adams out top. A great collective defensive effort by KU.
Now 49 on the clock, obviously a difference of 19 seconds. Kansas can run it down. See if Bill Self gets a timeout here. He might keep it in his pocket, but 18 on the shot clock.
Each coach with 1 remaining. 35 seconds to go in the game. DeJuan dribbling between the rings, finds AJ right side, out to Harris. KJ now for the free throw line, pulls up, misses, rebound UCF. Shot clock turned off, they can play for the tie. Ivy Curry dribbling around in circles, throws up a 3. He hit it! It's a tie game. KU will bring it up quickly. Will Self take the timeout? He does. With 9.6 seconds to go, we've got madness in March. Can Kansas win it in regulation after a desperation heave by Ivy Curry somehow goes in?
Yeah, not the possession you wanted on the other end. KJ Adams, although he can make that mid-ranger, you wanted to see Zeke Mayo with the ball, maybe draw a foul or get something up on the glass, but once the miss happened, the scramble goes on the other end. You don't pick the ball up, and Ivy Curry makes you pay. And the question would have been, if they would have called a timeout, would Bill Self a foul? Doesn't matter now as they tie it up. But 9.6 on the clock. Kansas will have the ball right about half court, closest to their bench.
Who gets the ball?
I think you got to get it to Zeke Mayo.
It's been his night,
and
23 points.
Let him probe around.
And would the officials possibly call a foul in the final 9.6 if he forces the issue and drives downhill? Some crews swallow the whistle in the clutch. Others, like the crew that worked the Arizona-BYU game, they might call a foul.
That's right.
And he's our best free throw shooter, who here tonight has hit 6 for 6.
And so many times I see in a tie ball game where teams settle for a 3, get something going to the rim.
Downhill driving. Zeke's going to play it in and likely look to get it right back. They'll throw it in from the sideline, just to the left of Bill Self. Looking. Harris is covered up. Gets it into KJ. They back off of him. It's going to be KJ Adams one-on-one. Inside he goes. Did he step out of bounds? He did. Oh, my goodness. How was it KJ all alone with the ball? And then he stepped out of bounds on the baseline. UCF can win it in regulation.
Yeah, when you had nothing going, UCF does have a timeout, so they'll get it. 3.8 on the clock. Bill did not have a timeout when that possession wasn't going well, but the last thing you want is to give them a chance.
And sadly, KJ was the last of the 5 offensive options there, and yet Harris was covered up on the initial look of Zeke. So you throw it into KJ. I know Zeke has been the trigger play-in man all season, but at some point...
Well, they were trying to get it to Dewan, and they were going to get it back to Zeke, but they did a good job of limiting Dewan to get the ball, and when you don't have that timeout, you got to get it in. KJ was the release valve.
And at that point, they sagged off of him, so KJ thinks, okay, now 8 seconds, I'm going to try to drive it. And he tried to get around Hall, who pushed him flat on the baseline, and that size 16 right-footed shoe stepped out of bounds.
And they're going to add a half a second, so now Central Florida's got a little bit more time. Plenty of time to get a good look, even with a couple of dribbles. Kansas has to play without fouling. Remember the West Virginia game on New Year's Eve when they got a shot fake and Javon Small got to the free throw line to ice that game. Got to play without fouling, get a hand up, and just get this to overtime. Kansas without a field goal in the last 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
A lot of Zeke Mayo free throws, but that's been about it. KJ hit a couple of free throws as well. When Darius Johnson fouled out a couple of minutes ago, I said, man, not that we're hoping for overtime, but you'd like your chances without him in an extra 5 minutes. Now overtime is the best KU can hope for, as Hall will play it in. Your 5 on the floor: Harris, Adams, Storr, Mayo, and Griffin.
Yeah, and Hall is a dangerous guy, even though he's the inbounder.
He plays it in to Ivy Curry. 4 seconds to go. Curry down the left sideline. Leans in, fires up. It's an air ball, and we're headed to overtime.
Good challenge by Rylan Griffin. Got his hand up, forced the miss, played without foul, didn't reach in there. So we're going to have extra bonus pay here. 83 all, 5 minutes to go. And home crowd. Johnson's fouled out, should have the advantage, but probably had the advantage with 49 to go with the ball up 3.
And on a night where you're playing what could be the first of 4 straight days of games, you didn't want to have to play the starters this much, and you didn't want to have to play an extra 5 minutes. But at this point, survive and advance and worry about tired legs tomorrow. 83 all as we head to overtime. Just tuning in, there's a lot to like offensively about what we've seen out of Kansas tonight, but there's just as much to be concerned about defensively as you think about what the next couple of weeks could look like.
Well, yeah, and if Kansas is fortunate enough to win here, you play an Arizona team that's got really good guards as well. We saw that just a few days ago.
The good news is A.J. Storr looks like the guy they thought they were getting a year ago when he left Wisconsin at 17 a game and was second team All Big Ten. Zeke Mayo has taken his confidence away from Allen Fieldhouse and out to a neutral court, and he's been brilliant tonight. Dickinson, despite some early struggles, has gotten his 6th double-double in his last 7 games. I think the real head-scratcher, DeJuan Harris doesn't look like his normal self.
Yeah, he really doesn't. He's been so good in this tournament for many years, but 2 of 8 from the field. He's got 4 fouls as well, and he's got 4 turnovers. And
the thing that'll help him is no Darius Johnson. That was a nightmare matchup all night long.
Yeah, but Johnson, the big-bodied, broad-shouldered guy that kind of bullied DeJuan when he'd get into the paint. So, good point with no Johnson. So,
KU will switch up the starting lineup a bit here to start the final 5 minutes with Storr in place of Griffin. Dickinson back in with Chiem. And keep in mind, these are both 7'2" centers. Chiem won the opening toss and tap. He's got longer arms, barely, and perhaps a little more of a vertical leap just to the naked eye here tonight on the glass and on the opening toss. This one tipped about twice. KU's got it. It went from Dickinson to Hunt, and he batted it toward Mayo. And KU gets the first crack offensively here in overtime. Dickinson hands off to Storr on the left wing. 4:45 to go in OT. Mayo throws it right to UCF on a hook pass. Ivy Curry up the floor, kicked it off his shin. It's on the deck, and a tie-up will keep it with UCF.
Yeah, it was one of those lazy passes by Zeke Mayo that he's done a nice job the last couple games not making, but easily picked off, trying to throw a bounce pass to the 7-footer, and on the other end, the alternate possession goes to Central Florida.
Ivy Curry becomes even more important without Darius Johnson as that number 2 option behind Hall. And again, they thought they were shutting him down for the season with a sports hernia situation 10 days ago. But he decided to give it a go in the postseason, and look how he's playing today. Curry pushes off on Harris, misses. He thought he was fouled. He misses on a 6-footer left baseline, and the rebound to KU.
They really got into the body of Dewan.
Harris gets a screen from Hunt, hooks back to Hunt. Can he get a third three? You bet he can! The biggest of Big Hunt's career, a triple here in overtime.
Wow. How good has he been in this second half? He was going early for Kansas, and Zeke picked up the slack, but a massive three by Hunter here in overtime.
86-83 Kansas. Hall has usually had a quick answer. It's Storr guarding him this time. He goes up and under, misses, but a foul is called. Oh no, and he's hurt his knee. He's trying to get back up, but he's writhing in pain. Oh man. You hope for his sake it's just a cramp, and maybe that's all it is.
Kind of looks like that as he's grabbing his calf, and he's not writhing in pain, but...
Now, if he can't stay in,
you get to pick the free throw shooter.
Exactly.
And with the, right now, when the trainer comes out, I believe maybe it's a timing thing, how quickly he's out there. Ray Natili is talking to Nixon about that, and I think when the trainer comes out, I think you're able to pick.
We saw this when Zeke was hurt in Salt Lake City at Utah.
And I think what they can do is take a timeout if they want, but that would be their only timeout in overtime.
And now they're coming over to Bill Self, and he gets to pick the shooter. So that's big. He picks Coleman. And Coleman on the season is a 73% foul shooter.
Yeah, Hall has to come out of the game. Yeah, probably a good pick. I might have picked Chim.
Yep, numbers are comparable.
The UCF player was injured on the play. Kansas got the pick from the 4 remaining players on the floor. They chose number 6 to shoot 2 shots.
So Coleman was the option of Bill Self. Let's see if the Hall of Famer guessed right. Georgia Tech transfer. Dallin is his first name, but he goes by Debo. 2 free throws here. Hunter was trying to say it should have been a 1-and-1, but he'll get 2. KU leads by 3. First free throw good. This, by the way, the first overtime game at the Big 12 tournament since K-State TCU in 2018.
7 years of no overtime. Kind of surprising.
Our buddy David Waxman giving us that from the Big 12 offices. Both free throws good. And so KU lead is trimmed to 1 with 3:50 to go. And Hall is back up off the bench and headed to the scorer's table to check in at the next dead ball. Harris, left side for Mayo. UCF right there on the catch. Zeke through the paint, kicks out to Dewan, finds Hunt at the free throw line. 10 seconds on the clock. Harris has got to hurry. He drives, shoots. It's blocked, but a foul comes first, and KU's in the double bonus, so Dewan will get 2 free throws.
Yeah, it didn't look like much contact there, but Marcus Pettigrew has been calling it on one end, and Hunt gives Kansas the good call, and Dewan will have a couple.
Okay, not to belabor the point, but it's been a tough game for Dewan. 2 of 8 shooting, 4 turnovers. Can he clear the mechanism, forget all that, and hit these? He does. He hits the first. That's big for the veteran point guard in his 6th year at Kansas. With this regular season for KU, shot 71% from the free throw line. 2-point KU lead, 1 more coming for Harris, who with that make now has 5 points. Second free throw is good. Way to go, Dewan. KU's lead is back up to 3 with 3:25 to play. DeJuan telling Raina Tilly, watch for the push-off on Ivy Curry with the right forearm. You'll watch as well. Ivy Curry dribbling out top. Trying to get inside. Leans in, pushes off. Blocked by Harris. And Harris is fouled out of this game. The push-off came just as he said it would. But Pettigrew on the whistle. And DeJuan has fouled out with 3:10 to play. Diggy Coit stands up immediately. And will likely come in for DeJuan here.
Yeah, both teams kind of use this break as a little bit of a timeout. Bill gathers the guys as Diggy's about to check in. They give you about 30, 45 seconds to make the decision. DeJuan didn't really complain much about that one. Must have got him on the wrist, but bodied up with him, stayed with them, and with 4 fouls, and as valuable as DeJuan Harris is, maybe you just go up and challenge, but it's hard because he's a steal guy, and he reached in there trying to get the big steal. Now Ivy Curry will have a couple.
And he's their best free throw shooter at 85%. He'll get a pair. This is KU's first overtime game in the Big 12 championships since 2014 versus Oklahoma State. They are 2-0 in Big 12 championship overtime games. For what that's worth. 3-point lead right now. Ivy Curry to shoot 2. First of which misses. Off the heel strong. A miss and one more coming for Jordan Ivy Curry. His biggest game of the year came versus Iowa State. He hit 6 threes and had 24 points. He averages 13 a game. Here tonight he's got 9. He hits the second. Give him 10. It's a 2-point KU lead. 3:10 to go, and Diggy Coit takes over at point.
Yeah, cold right now. Hadn't been in the game in probably 30 minutes of real time.
Mayo hooks the pass to KJ. Feeds it inside to Hunt. Double team comes. Jump hook. Misses. Rebound Hall of UCF. Hunt's been a little bit off tonight. Now 8 of 17. He's hit the threes, but some of the typical jump hooks have not been there. Now A.J. Storr on a reach-in has just fouled Hall, and he can go to the line to tie it now with 2:47 to go.
Yeah, the miss by Hunter. So Hall had a free run as KJ went for the offensive rebound. That put Storr on Hall, and he reaches in there as Hall was posting up about 20 feet away from the basket.
First free throw for an 82% foul shooter is good.
Yeah, he shoots a line drive type free throw pretty quick on the draw.
But here tonight, 5 of 7. Last night, Hall was 12 of 14. He missed the second one. And KU's lead is 1 with 2:45 to go. 88-87 here in overtime. A.J. Storr lobs over the top to Zeke. Mayo gets a screen, drives inside, hooks the pass to KJ. He'll turn and kick it out. You want Zeke to go up with that. AJ from 15 misses. Rebound Hunt, and he rocks the rim. A two-hand backboard shake and jam from Big Hunter Dickinson. The KU lead is 3.
Yeah, he just big boyed Jim. He threw him out of the way on that weak side, got the rebound and the dunk. Jim might be more athletic, but Hunter used his bulk.
5 years of maturity on him as well. Hall for the tie, misses an air ball. Rebound out of bounds off UCF. It's KU ball with 2 minutes to play and a 3-point Kansas lead.
Now the air ball happening. Mahosky was right there and he just didn't grab it. Break for Kansas, now up 3 with 2 minutes.
Diggy Coit walks it up the floor for Kansas, throws off to A.J. Storr, who prior to that last miss had been 6 of 8, 75%. Now Coit on a handoff, he'll try a 3, missed it, rebound KJ, he kicks to A.J., Storr for 3, misses, and the rebound to UCF. It was open, so he took it, but here come the Knights with a chance to tie. Coleman, an air ball 3. Rebound Dickinson. He'll outlet up the floor. Diggy ahead to AJ. Right hand layup, good. KU gets the layup. The lead is 5, and AJ Storr continues his big night.
What a smart play by Diggy Coit. Great pitch ahead, attack him when they went to the offensive glass. Challenge the three-point shooter, get the rebound. Not a ton of fast break points tonight, but that was huge.
Huge indeed. And Storr now with 17 points for Kansas. That's exactly what he averaged every game over the course of last season at Wisconsin. We all know by now, it's well documented, what a frustrating year it's been for that young man. Could this be the start of something big? How do you bottle it up?
I mean, how do you bottle it up? You know, you build confidence, and that's exactly what he's done tonight. On the previous possession, Coleman, who had hit a couple threes, missed badly, and you talked about how good of an outlet passer Hunter has become. He got the rebound, immediately threw it to Diggy, because if you get him early, you know, UCF settling in on their defense, and you'd much rather get, obviously, an easy bucket like we hear Bill Self talk about all the time.
This is A.J. Storr's KU career high. His previous personal best was 16 versus Oakland way back on November the 16th.
Yeah, and he just missed a three, which wasn't a bad shot after the offensive rebound by KJ. He was open. He'd been rolling all night, so I think in other games we would have said, hey, pull it back out, don't shoot that. But that was not a bad shot. He's 3 of 5 beyond the arc.
He's had just 6 games in double figures prior to tonight, all season for Kansas. And as I told you, he was only averaging 6 minutes per game over the last 4 coming in.
Yeah, the numbers are staggering, but it's a new season. It's postseason. It's one and done.
92-87 Kansas. UCF with the ball. They're out of timeouts now. And they'll weave around the perimeter, waiting to attack. They look so different without Darius Johnson out there.
Yeah, they're in no rush either.
Ivy Curry spins, nearly traveled, kicks it out. A desperation three is good. Once again, the German sharpshooter Mahowski throws in an unbelievable desperation attempt, and it's down to a 2-point KU lead. They've been hitting those all night.
Yeah, and Mahowski hadn't done much, but man, with Johnson on the bench, he steps up, and it's a big three.
92-90 Kansas. Got to get something here, or UCF could go for the win. KJ hands off to Zeke. He's fouled going up. No whistle. They get the steal, do the Knights. Hall up the floor. Lost the handle. Out of bounds. KJ Adams just saved the day.
Wow, went right off the chest of Hall. They were going to hit him quick. Kansas only up 2. They weren't going for the 3. They could have got all the way to the rim, and Johnny Dawkins wants him to look at it, but it was clearly off of Hall. And he's asking right now, if you want me to look, I'll go look, but it's going to cost you a timeout if we say nothing.
They don't have a timeout.
Yeah, how does this happen?
Well, with 27 seconds to go, if they choose on their own accord to look at it, they can. But obviously there was some encouragement to do so from the UCF bench.
You know, KJ was falling to the left side, and the ball went off a Hall just the other angle, so it's got to be off a Hall.
I mean, talk about the all-out hustle effort. You had probably a 2% chance of stopping ball there as he's stumbling to the ground. It's clearly off a Hall. This is going to be KU ball. But KJ laying it on the line, emptying that bucket,
So now, here we are. 2-point lead with the ball. Shot clock is off. Double bonus for both teams. Kansas, we've shown the inability to get the ball inbounds. It'll be a spot throw-in. And UCF is obviously going to foul. They got enough time to maybe get a trap, try to get a steal.
After review, the play stands.
Yeah, the play stands. They just announced it. 27.9. They added 0.6 of a second. Kansas will have it just right of their basket. And now the hard part, get it in bounds.
That is the hard part if it's late January versus Houston, but as Kansas matured since then over the last 6 weeks to put some of those nightmarish inbound woes in the past.
You know, they're going to probably have KJ Adams be the trigger man. Kansas does have a timeout if you get that clock in your head.
And the reason why KJ is the trigger man is you don't want him to be the one catching and immediately fouled for free throws. You get it into A.J. Storr. Here comes the foul. And now we're about to find out how clutch is A.J. Storr. Now, a year ago, talking about Wisconsin stats, this was a guy that shot free throws very impressively at 81%. At Kansas, just 64% on far fewer opportunities. How many fewer? 112 fewer opportunities.
But the good thing is that he's got it rolling tonight. He's seen the ball go through the net.
He gets 2. Got to have at least 1. First of which is good.
Wow, confident stroke right there. 1-2 dribbles, go. Obviously, up 3 can make this a 2-possession game.
Wipes his sweaty hands on his jersey and his shorts. 1 dribble, shoots, rattled it in there. He got them both. 4-point KU lead, 25.7 seconds to go. They get it into Keyshawn Hall. Dribbles it up the floor to Ivy Curry. They're going for 2. He clears space, gets the shot to go and the foul. He clearly pushed off with a right forearm, which KU's been begging for them to see all night. But they put the foul on Kansas, and it's an and 1. The foul on Diggy Coit.
How is that a foul on Diggy Coit? That was a charge. So now, back within 2. They're going to get the foul late on A.J. Storr. I think it's going to be 5 on A.J.
Oh, my.
They cleared out, so now we got to go to the bench. You got no DeJuan Harris. You got no A.J. Storr. Got to go with Rylan Griffin.
You heard me call it out before DeJuan fouled out. He was telling Natilli running down the floor, watch for the right forearm. Watch for the push-off. He does it every time. It happened again, which preceded DeJuan fouling after he was pushed back. And then it happens here. And I guess Coit was flung off the play by the forearm, but Storr on the help defense, the guilty party, as Greg told you.
Yeah, he got him across the left shoulder. Clearly a foul on Storr. So now if you're Kansas, still going to have the lead. But, man, it changes everything.
Ivy Curry, as I told you, is their best free throw shooter at 85%. 12 points tonight. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He just missed moments ago. He missed that one strong on his first attempt of the night. This one is good, and it's a 1-point game. 18.2 seconds to go. KJ to play it in. Gets it into Zeke. Foul comes immediately from Taylor.
Exactly the guy you want on the line right here. Zeke Mayo met the pass. He didn't just retreat. He went and met the pass. And UCF had to take the timeout, or excuse me, the take foul. So now 1-point game, Zeke can make it a 3.
This feels a little bit like the first round NCAA tournament game a year ago. All the threes, Kansas just kind of white knuckling to the finish line, gripping that steering wheel as tight as you can, trying to ride this bumpy road out and survive and advance. Free throw good as it touched every part of the rim and fell through. Zeke Mayo having arguably his best game as a Jayhawk.
Now here comes the question. 16.6, 3-point game. If he makes it, what does Bill Self do?
Do you foul? It's a good free throw shooting team, one of the best in the league. He missed the second one. It's just a 2-point lead. They can go for the win. 12 seconds to play. Ivy Curry takes the ball. Kansas by just 2. Curry a drive. Chiem for the tie. Misses. Rebound Dickinson. KU's got the ball. And if they can hit their free throws, KU will have the win. Chiem from 6 feet, right baseline, short-armed it, and Dickinson on his 13th rebound of the night may just have the clincher.
You know, he hadn't attempted a shot forever, so if you're Kansas, great defense to not allow Hall or Ivy Curry or even Coleman to get a look. It's a tough mid-range jumper from 8 feet. So now Hunter Dickinson can make this a 2-possession game, and we can go to the power and light.
First free throw. Short. Misses. There's still 2.4 on the clock. You got to hit this second one.
And no timeouts for Central Florida.
Got to hit this second one just to ensure the worst you can do is a second overtime. Second free throw is good. KU by 3. 96-93 here in overtime with 2.4 seconds to go. Dickinson comes out, shrugging his shoulders, knowing he kept the door open just a crack. Coleman will look to get it in. Finds Chiem, back to Coleman, and he's tripped up. The foul comes first before time expires. A wise move by Bill Self to make sure they did not get off some kind of game-tying shot.
Yeah, Ryland, smart play, just stood there, tried to take a charge. They're going to call a foul. The question is there any time left on the clock? So Kansas safe right now, up by 3. It would take a make on the first and a tip out. So how much time they put on the clock is crucial.
Bidunga will come in for some added length on what Greg just described as you try to hit the first and you intentionally miss the second.
Seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, so they're going to give him 0.9, which is enough time. Obviously, he's got to make the first free throw, and then Hunter Dickinson and Flory and KJ and Rakis will be on the lane. So if you're Rakis and KJ, you got to pinch down. They're going to put. Look at Hunter Dickinson telling the freshman Passmore what to do.
Yeah, Rakis was trying to take inside rebound position, and that's not his jurisdiction.
Now Coleman, who just hit a couple free throws,
hit the first, and you still got a chance.
And out here, Zeke Mayo is going to be all over Hall because you got 2 Central Florida players at the top of the key. He can't guard them both, but he's going to go shadow Hall.
If you miss the first, you have to violently miss the second in a way that could get it all the way out to the
And Hunter just told Rakis, he goes, after you pinch, you got to run back out and find Taylor.
First free throw from Coleman. The KU leading by 3. Less than a second to go in overtime. It's good. 2-point lead. So now he'll intentionally miss this one, and UCF will pray for a carom that goes their way.
It obviously doesn't have to be a 3. So if you're Hunter or anyone, you can just, once you make contact with it, just punch it in the air.
Now whistle. What's the hold up here?
Has he got blood on? Oh my gosh, they're going to do this right now, which is, it's really not icing him because he's supposed to miss it, but.
It's blood on the Coleman. Back elbow of the shooter Coleman.
That one.
Back of his right elbow.
He could have let that one go.
Yeah, no kidding. Past the top of the hour. Let's pause 2 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Jayhawk Basketball. KU's not used to playing in the Wednesday games in the Big 12. It's been back-to-back years of doing that. And when you play this early, you try not to empty your bucket of energy all on night number 1. Here we are, 44 minutes and 59 seconds into this one, and they're hanging on for dear life, up 2, with about to be an intentional miss from the free throw coming from UCF. Can the Knights get a rebound and a chance to tie it?
Free throws are ruling this game right now. Kansas, after starting out 2 of 5, made 13 free throws in a row, and as of late, 2 of 4, which has made this game even longer. The miss by Zeke and the miss by Hunter has allowed Central Florida to stay in it. Now here we go.
Coleman to the line. Again, they've got Hall and Taylor out beyond the perimeter. It would take a long rebound kick out, but there is enough time to catch and shoot with 9/10 of a second should they get the offensive rebound. He misses it hard.
He was trying to hit the front rim, so it would be a kind of a wild shot. Now all Kansas has to do is get it to somebody. KJ cannot run the baseline. Kansas does have a timeout. They're going to get a foul, and this is Diggy Coit's going to go to the line. They call in college, you can foul before the ball's inbounded. In the NBA, that's a one shot and the ball.
And this is a little precarious because by KU fouling when there was 3 seconds left, trying to make sure they didn't get off a game-tying key from 60 feet. If you don't hit your free throws, it almost allows them a chance to now beat you. But Diggy's going to hit one here to at least preserve a tie. He does. Now you're up 3. Worst you can do is be tied. And if he hits this one, you can head across the street to P&L and get the party underway.
Love it. Let's go.
Second free throw for Coits is good, and KU's going to win it. Hawks up 4 with 9/10 of a second remaining. They get it into Coleman. deep three misses, and you can rock. Chalk it up, the Jayhawks win. Survive and advance, baby. KU moves on in overtime over UCF.
Yeah, Kansas now 3-0 in the history of the Big 12 tournament in overtime. And how about this? This game just became the highest scoring game in the history of the Big 12 tournament. 192 points. Wow.
That's KU who beat this team in Orlando with the largest road blowout in league history, 99-48. You fast forward a couple of months, almost to the day, and it requires an extra 5 minutes to decipher a winner.
It's hard to beat somebody 3 times. They just proved it, and Kansas just